game's to be sold, not told. So we finna keep everybody broke. They say time is money. They say money talk. I ain't got no time to waste if you ain't got no time. Out and about, out chasing paper. The streets of my house and the house always wins like Vegas. Never down for the count. Second win, second nature. Bound mine, never had my hands out. Fuck favors. By design, everything tailored. In my youth, it was shell toes, no Chuck Taylors. We choke game, had a game show. It's still the same code game, so it's still the same code. We all pay the cost, pay dues. Move with the mind state that I can't lose. On the grind, push a hard line with my linemen. Back when I was young, they said it's all about timing. Feel it's my time, all the stars are aligning. I'm a diamond in the rough, couple cuts got me shining. This game you cannot cop on consignment. In the field, all we do is execute assignments. The game's to be sold, not told. So we finna keep everybody broke. They say time is money, they say money talk. I ain't got no time to waste if you ain't got no time to talk. The game's to be sold, not told. So we finna keep everybody broke. They say time is money, they say money talk. I ain't got no time to waste if you ain't got no time to talk.
First, we get into this paper. See, I want it all, plus some UNDEDOG acres, a lot of alcohol, few dad bags of paper. Run this shit like a ship and I'm the sailor. Cold, kinda like it's fresh up out the freezer. Cold, if she ain't talking bread, I don't need her. Soon as I meet her, I'm a fucker, then I leave her. It's the old Mac knees, treat them all like bottom feeders. Break it down slow for them folks that don't know. I'm a seasoned vet, black belt out the dojo. With a wide range of weapons, so I'm out the holster. Keeping all options open, so many ways that I can fold ya. Told you from the gate, never been about no play. Get it on the go, they never been known for no delay. The game should be sold, not to be told. Keep your mouth shut, don't have to break the mold. Mac knees.
Break the work down, it's fence the move. Push that work out, I distribute. Break the work down, it's fence the move. Push that work out, I just distribute. A young pack mover, shot to my consumer. Jumping out the foreign or I'm hopping out the Uber. Crew clocking chips opposite of you losers. Can't be broke as a joker, got no sense of humor. Just a young pack mover, shot to my consumer. Jumping out the foreign or I'm hopping out the Uber. Crew clocking chips opposite of you losers. Can't be broke as a joker, got no sense of humor.
I'm a D-boy, need abusive as users. I'm a D-boy, need abusive as users. I'm a D-boy, need abusive as users. You know I'm the boy, get money's what I'm used to.
Keep you straight from the gate, so I don't confuse ya. I'm a D-boy, need abusive as users. I'ma make noise, shout to my producer. I'm an entertainer, but I ain't here to amuse ya. Yeah, fuck with shooters and they all fucking users. Come through and wake that ass up like a rooster, hella early in the morning. Early bird gets a worm. Finna get rich for 'em, food for the worms. Cutting cocaine, dumping whole things. It's a cold game, make you run your gold chain. Hungry, but I'm moving in a keto state. For sure, beat the price on the keys in your state. Catch me running up a tail, fucking up a bag. Make me wonder how long will a good thing last. On my Curtis Mayfield, live a life I can't chill. Push a man, push the packs, all I do is make squeal. Keep it 100, I'm just numb, yo, I can't feel none of these suckers when they say they real. Stacking Uber cash, I'm an out-of-state supplier. Random Uber man, he'll get away drive. Just a young pack mover, shot to my consumer. Jumping out the foreign or I'm hopping out the Uber. Crew clocking chips opposite of you losers. Can't be broke as a joker, got no sense of humor. Just a young pack mover, shot to my consumer. Jumping out the...
You ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Show me the money.
Oh, you didn't know?
Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling,
my shoes on, you wouldn't last a mile. Summertime, wintertime, I'm on the grind. Yeah, I got the ring, I'm the champ, I'm the genie of the lamp.
This is the gift I was given, so I just live by my hustle.
My pocket, it don't make sense, but don't make a profit. So I hustle, ladies and homies. Make money, money.
Hard out here for a pill. Really tryna get this money for the real.
I want to find a thing to save my life, so I hustle.
It ain't over for me. No, it ain't over for me.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Show me the money!
Okay, let's go smoke that joint.
What up, Fantasy Football Hustler back at ya.
What up, Bogard Scott free, unfortunately, the bearer of bad news.
Go ahead, Dr. Bogey.
Well, I mean, I guess I got to start with this here is a leg. See that? A leg is commonly used for walking, running, skipping, frolicking, all kind of adverbs, right? See? That's an action word, right?
Yeah.
I was an English major as well. See, but a hamstring, that's part of the leg. You know what I'm saying? My bad. That's the hamstring right there. You see that?
On the under.
That right here, right? The whole thing right here. This right here. See that? It's a big part of the leg right there. I'd say it's about 35% of the leg, I would say. You know what I mean? Jefferson, he doesn't have that right now. He's without that 35% of that leg. I'm a mathematician. You do the math. It's going to be some weeks here. Enough so much putting Justin Jefferson on IR.
It's ugly.
The number 4 ranked receiver in a single PPR right now. He's going on that IR.
And now next year, nobody's drafting Jefferson first. They'll draft CMC first. Because that's literally how this goes every single year. It's like whoever is more healthy throughout the year somehow gets drafted first.
Yeah.
Let's see who's up in the chat. What up, Crispy?
What up, Pops?
What up, Frank?
Let's be frank.
What up, Dennis?
What up, Denny?
You know what sucks is really sucks for Jefferson's bag. I know that he's not like missing the season or anything, but any kind of injury, just like, gets put into negotiations.
I mean, what's crazy? I think they supposedly had offered him a record-breaking contract before the season started, like a record-setting contract at the wide receiver position.
Yeah.
And he turned it down. He bet on himself, but also part of turning it down, he said he wants to see where Kirk Cousins goes.
Yeah.
Because he's willing to follow him, and he happens to believe that they could be number 1 wide receiver QB tandem in history. I like it's bold, but then also let me remind people last week after an ass game, he goes on Twitter and says Kirk is ass, then he takes it down. You know what I mean? Jefferson's still a kid. And,
I also think that was fake, but we'll never know, right?
We'll never know. I mean,
that was like Barstool Sports that put it out there that he said that.
Yeah, and it could have been a burner account for all we know. But when it comes to the Justin Jefferson and Corky Kirk situation, the shit that really fucks with it right now is that they're just not a good team right now, record wise. So this 4 weeks from now, is it a real possibility they be 1-9? That's what it would be.
I don't know
if they lose the next 4.
I don't know if they have their bye week in between there or not, but yeah, who knows if they're even going to win a game. We got some shitty games coming up. What up, Peacock? He said week 6 already. I know we're trucking through this season. Third of the way there.
It feels like yesterday we were doing the 100-day countdown to All Out War.
What up, Derek?
Derek?
Oh, man. Niners had a hope A-Chain is out a max of 3 weeks. Yeah, we got to wait.
All right. Well, let me see. Let me just This is a groin right here. See that? You know what I mean? A lot doing a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? When you're a running back like 18, you got a little wiggle in there. You know what I'm saying? A little pelvic thrust. You know what I'm saying? You got the groin now. Can't do any of that.
And Emil said, is Jeff Wilson the #1 waiver wire ad? Well, we'll get into the waivers and we'll see, but he's definitely got to be.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who are saying KJ Osborne's the #1 waiver wire ad. So there's a lot of speculation. We'll look and see what the percentages look like, and we'll tell you who we think is where you should be prioritizing. And hey, Devo, he said day off. Let's smoke. Let's get it.
Get out, Devo.
Philly Mike OG, what up?
What up, Mike?
Crispy said he's just over here thrusting and stroking.
See, that's how he knew. That's how he knew. He thought, that's my boy. That's my boy right there.
What up, Dion? Dion in the house.
You can't get the thrusting and shucking and jiving, though, when you got a groin. You know what I'm saying? So much so, they're contemplating putting him on the IR, and at minimum, he's going to miss a few weeks here. So, you know, if you're in a position where you were banking on A-Chain and you're 2-3, maybe 1-4, 0-5, something like that, it's not a bad idea to go to the top contender and be like, I have A-Chain. You could afford to wait on him. Let me get XYZ players. You know what I mean? I think A-Chan, I think he's so polarizing, even with this injury, to someone who's clearly in their mind going to make the playoffs. They'll trade for him and wait. And if they have a lot of depth, they'll probably trade a lot of things to you for that guy. You know what I mean? Goes the same for Jefferson too. You still be able to move Jefferson in a redraft right now if you needed to make a move, because a winner right now, a 5-0 guy, 4-1 guy, he'll be like, I can wait 4 weeks for Jefferson, because he's going to put in his mind it's only going to be 4 weeks. But why I would suggest moving it if you're in a bad record-wise situation is because he might be off for more than 4 to 6. It might be they're out of the contention and they shut him down for the rest of the year, like Circa Cooper Cup last year.
Song said to pick up Osborne, but how much fab? I have 50 left. If you have Jefferson and you're hurting that bad, you better spend it all.
Yep.
I mean, they said, it's minimum 4 weeks. We don't know if it's going to be only 4 weeks. We hope. Fingers crossed that it is.
Yeah, exactly. So just all things considered, right? If I'm, I might even be thinking that if I'm 2-3 with a Jefferson, I'm like, fuck, I might not be able to survive 4 weeks. Put it like this, 14-week regular fantasy season. I say people aren't getting into the mathematically elimination category or mathematically eliminated category until you get that 7th loss for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times that 7-7 record might not get you in if everybody's hitters in that league. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you're 0-5 right now, you got to try your best to stave off two losses, because that's pretty much your cutoff right here. And I would put myself in that mind state.
I was going to say, you got Justin Jefferson, you better not be 0-5. That means you drafted really bad, or you just have a lot of bad luck with who you play.
Yeah, listen, man, we're in so many leagues that there's going to be situations like that. So I just based on what I'm, based on sheer math alone, I'm sure everyone's not just automatically in a good spot here if you have Jefferson.
Yeah, and Dennis said Jeff Wilson should already be on the team. I mean, you're thinking about a dynasties maybe. He's not on every single team in redraft.
You're thinking
not
about
everyone has IR spots.
Exactly. I was just about to say that.
Now, if you don't have an IR spot, you're not holding a guy like Jeff Wilson. And Buffet Boy Gary, what up, homie? He said, Hush, you're going to have to help me get this shit figured out with a couple teams. I got major overhaul needed. Hey, that's what I'm here for, bro.
And Gary, me and you, Gary, I know you're going to be like, Hustler, listen, I got to really destroy Bogey. I need your advice on this. Listen, you're asking the right guy. I ain't going to lie to you. You know what I mean? But just remember, it's me and you this week. You know what I'm saying? And I bid you adieu. See you in the battlefield.
Ron said, is Amon-Ra back this week? What's his name? Dan Campbell said he's hoping that Amon-Ra gets back this week, but we still got to wait until Wednesday, see what the practice is. But at least we get encouraging words from Campbell on a Tuesday. And Jefferson, it's a hamstring injury. He's on IR. They put him on IR this morning.
He's on the JJ's on the And going back to the St. Brown news, as long as we don't hear nothing that he's going on the this week, that's a good sign in itself. I'm already preparing to not have him this week. St. Brown, you know what I mean?
Amon-Ra, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that because if we go through this week and he's not on the IR, that's really good. Because they're talking about, there's whispers that he might need like a surgery or some type of procedure done. Now put him at minimum. That would put him on the short-term IR or the minimum, which would be the 4 weeks.
I guess that's what sucks is because of these bullshit fantasy doctors out there, probably. You know, like, oh man, it's an oblique, so like, yeah, one of the things that might need to be done is surgery, but like that could literally almost be said about
you say 80% doctor?
Of injuries. Yeah. Need to set.
I just see this right here is an abdominal. See that? That's where the abdomen is. You know what I'm saying? Chest could be considered the upper abdominal, right? It could be a number of things when you're being vague. And that's what the Detroit Lions are being with us. They're being very vague about this abdominal. Yeah.
And Ron said, any word on Richardson? Is it looking like, is it looking at IR? Well, potentially. I mean, shit, like from what we read about this, it's like 2 to 4 weeks if it's grade 2. But if it's grade 3, which, you know, we've heard the rumblings that it potentially could be, that's like 6 to 12 weeks. Like they said.
Yeah, that's IR.
Yeah, sure.
Look at what's his name? Derek Carr. He had, you know, they weren't being too clear with the level of AC joint sprain he had, but he didn't miss any time and came out and looked shitty that first game, but still didn't miss any time.
Wasn't his on his left shoulder?
Yes, it was. So that is a difference. Richardson is on his throwing shoulder. So
that makes it a lot worse. But we'll see. We're just waiting for practice because everyone's being hella non-committal with what they're saying on a Monday and a Tuesday. That's just par for the course.
They're just not mandated to until tomorrow. So and everybody, like, you know, I like reminding people this shit don't change from week to week in the NFL of how the process goes. Wednesdays is always the first day that they're mandated to give us the current injury report, practice, and then first official practice report that they have to give. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because everything else we get on Monday and Tuesday, that's usually like from the post, you know, after the practices, and then also just what beat reporters see on the practice. You know what I mean?
Axel said, would you do Jerome Ford and Chase for Bijan and Garrett? I'm just gonna say no. I like Chase the most out of all this. I'd figure out another way to get one of those guys that you want back without trading Chase away.
Yeah, I'm not getting off the Chase train. I mean, now with like guys like Jefferson out the way and St. Brown, like, you know, faltering a little bit because of this injury, like, you know, someone like Chase is like he's gonna pace out at this rate to be the top 3 at the position. You know what I mean?
Come on. I mean, shit, you already have the bad games out of him. Like, get some good games out of him so it evens out at least first before you trade him away for, like, building your depth, because that's not even getting top-heavy. That's depth.
2 out of 5 good games this year, so he's not.
And it was 2 out of 5, like, blow-up games where he was, like, what, like, top 2 those weeks, if not top 1 those weeks?
Yeah, he was number 1 last week, and then he was, like, top 3 that week against the Rams on a Monday night.
And Burrow has not been right this entire time. This is the first game that he actually looked right out of the entire season. Like, come on, let's not trade Chase away now. And Derek said, Jeff Wilson been gone in my work redraft league. He was drafted. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he was drafted in a lot of leagues. I mean, he was drafted in a couple of ours that have IR spots. But shit, I know for a fact I picked him up in a 3 QB league and put him on the IR. So he like wasn't even drafted there. That one is those circus leagues, like Bogey calls them. They are 10-man, you know, leagues, but still.
In a 14-teamer Steamboats league, the East Side League, right? I drafted Wilson with one of my last picks, like right second to the last for real. Threw him in the IR, but we only got 3 IR spots or 2 IR spots in this fucking start 19 league or whatever it is, or start 17 league, right? Start 17 starters. We only have fucking 2 IRs, so they just got filled really quick. I had to cut Jeff Wilson at one point because A-Chan's blowing up. Then I go to fuck, and he immediately gets swooped up, though. That was the thing. I was like, man, that was a bad move on my part because someone else swooped him up and threw him in the IR. And then we got on Troy Anderson and Nakobe Dean in a league where, like, you could pretty much stream IDPs because people don't know. I've learned over the years there's a good chunk of they just stick with their
the guys they know.
The name brand guys, yeah. And you know, like DL, like how many DTs I'm seeing started, it's ridiculous sometimes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or just hella DNs. It's like you're just playing hella Titans, basically, you know what I mean?
That's how it is, though. I mean, for a lot of people. It's funny, I had an IDP discussion on and more of like some people getting it's one of our homies who's in one of our leagues. He's like, man, I fucking love these leagues. It's so awesome. He was like, this is why IDP is the best. He was like, your offense could be doing shitty, your IDP could carry you, you know, through some bad weeks, and you know, blah blah blah, everything that we like to hear. And
you gotta have a complete team for real.
Yeah, and I forget exactly what I said, but it's funny. Our boy Kevin responded, and he was like, man, I play in offense, because I was just saying, hell yeah, man. I was like, love IDP or bust, or like something like that. And Kevin was like, oh man, he was like, you know, I play in one IDP league, and I much just more prefer like offense only. And
he's not good in that league, I guarantee.
He probably hasn't won a championship. And I always ask, what's the scoring format? You know, how many players do you start? And I don't know why when people are getting defensive about IDP, they don't want to like tell me what kind of league it is, because that's always what I think. You play in an IDP league with 2 spots or whatever, shit's whack. You play where it's whack scoring, shit's whack.
He'll have like a 1 or 2, 3 or maybe 3 spots of IDP, and then, or even just one, and they go, oh, it's an IDP league. No, it's not.
Yeah, and so either way, it wasn't my post, and I was just responding. I wasn't coming down on anybody. And then he went and he made a post, and he was like, how come certain people in this group just love, you know, talking down to like offense only leagues and how we only need to be playing in IDP leagues? And I was like, once you get into a real IDP league, you'll know why certain people act that way. He's like, oh, I'm in legit leagues, trust me. But like, you know, I just like offense only more.
Oh, trust me. You know what I would have told my dad? I don't trust nobody, bro. Nobody.
And I know what it is for me. It's just those single QB, just offense only. Those get hella boring. Yeah. Like his leagues are so fun that and so shallow, the dynasty leagues, that someone dropped Nick Chubb in their dynasty league. Yeah, and he was like, I'll put in a waiver wire. Like, I think it's worth a shot to put in a waiver wire. Like, yeah, no shit. He shouldn't have even been dropped. In your
I mean, it's, you know, that's not a dynasty league to me. That's a glorified keeper.
Yeah.
That's not how you see dynasty to me. The way I view it now, because of our formats, is for real running a franchise. Franchises would not just drop a Nick Chubb because he tore his shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, I really don't like any leagues with a small bench, but if it's a dynasty with a small bench, not even a dynasty.
My bad. Getting breakfast together for the little one.
And yeah, if anyone has like Dennis said, if anyone has a pressing,
I'll be right back.
You're good. If anyone has a pressing question, make sure you leave a super chat, like it says on the little ticker at the bottom, and just put the info in there for you guys right there. And KPZ, who is this? Is this Zukru? Kind of looks like Zukru. He said St. Brown finishes the game 2 weeks ago. I think he'll be back. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy that he didn't come out of that game, right? Different when the adrenaline is, is pumping all the way and all that for sure. Axel said Jonnu tight end 1. I mean, shit, he's looking like he can stay up there, right? Looking like he can sustain. Because it doesn't, I mean, we said this like multiple times. Like, it does not take much to end up inside the top 12 for tight ends. Eric said, what do you think about James Conner? We got to hear more. That's what I think. We got to hear more. And yeah, tomorrow. Let's see. What Frank say here? He said the fact that the Lions not disclosing the St. Bound injury makes me think it's lingering and he doesn't want to miss time. I'm no doctor, but in college I had a hernia and it sounds like a hernia. Okay. Yeah, because all they said is abdomen, right? Like they never, they have never given like really specifics like what it is. They just abdomen injury. That's it. Oblique injury. That's all. Ron said worth picking up Minshew. Be a good or bad move. I have AR5 and now I have to roll with Howell. Colts play the Jags. Not super excited about that, but Howell against Falcons screams bad game. So do the due diligence. I'm sure there's probably someone better out there than Minshew you can pick up if it's a single QB league. And Ron said, why do some leagues have 0 IR spots? He said one or 2 IR. Don't the commissioners know injuries happen? Well, a lot of commissioners suck. Like, that's really what it is. Because, like, a lot of guys, like, literally just go in, click a button, start the league, and it's like, yeah, I'm a commissioner. But a lot of, like, because it's not default to have, like, IR spots. Like, it takes a commissioner actually going in and adding IR spots. And I'm of the mindset that I just want 4 IR spots in every league. Like, fuck it. Like, I think it's kind of stupid to have to drop someone because they got hurt. So, yeah, I would, if it's even just a regular redraft league, I want like 4 IR spots.
Yeah, and if you're a commissioner, don't even put that to a vote because there will be some stupid asshole like, wow, no, we shouldn't do that, bro. And he'll start lobbying because that motherfucker just don't want to change. There's a lot of people in leagues like that.
Yeah,
that's why a lot of leagues they can't. Oh, that's so cool. You guys play super flex and this and that. Like, yeah, we still have kickers and defense.
Yeah, like even our homie Jarrett from the Who Dat Nation. He's like messaging me. He's so pissed because he dropped Monty in his league, and it's like it's a 10-man, but they can only hold 5 per position. And I was like, bro, you really got to fucking change that next year, man. Like, you have no IR spots, and you can only hold 5 per position. I was like, that sucks. Like, literally anybody who gets hurt, you, like, have to contemplate dropping.
So
and their bench is hella shallow. Like, also.
That's weird. I was just about to ask you, does that mean, like, they have, like, fucking 15-man benches? Like,
no. It's
so I guess the running back is max 5, and it was tight end max 2 or something, QB max 2. Like, what?
It's the wide receivers and running backs that are 5 each. I'm sure the tight end is something, like that 2 or 3 or whatever. For QB only makes a difference on the running backs and the wide receivers. That's it. Everyone else, it never comes into play.
There's no real I hate when there's no logic behind these things. Like,
it's to not force trades. Like, that's the logic, and that kind of sucks. Like, shallow benches, positional limit is really just to like force to put people back on the free agent on the waiver wire. Sucks.
Yeah, and then whenever I used to suggest we go deeper benches, what's the first thing people always say?
Oh no,
waiver wire is going to be hella thin, bro. It's already hella thin.
With nobody on waivers,
bitch ass motherfucker. Bro, I gotta win it from the draft only. Really? How many times you won doing that? Bitch ass motherfucker. And I'm speaking to all you motherfuckers that are that guy that's always complaining about rule changes. And when they're in regards to trades or anything like that, bruh, because those are the guys that are usually not active to begin with. And the only time they get active is to fucking get outspoken about some bullshit that they don't even have logic to, just because. And the real logic should be, hey, I'm speaking out because I don't like that. Not like, nah, bro, why are you changing it, bro? And then you go around complaining to other people. And they start complaining with you, and now next thing you know, you're lobbying against it. And then they're keeping the vetoes, or then they're keeping the kickers of defense. They're not adding another flex. They're not, and then you just have that same ass vanilla ass shit.
And that's why more often than not, I'm not asking. Like this, when we did it this summer for the IR spots, I did ask about that because I was really curious just how everybody felt like about it. And we had to bump that shit up.
And I know the change you're gonna make to the Hustle Dynasties next year, where Sunday, Monday, these players are the ones that are free agents will be able to swoop because of certain situations. If you gave us to vote, I would vote against that because I think people need to be sharpened on their game, and if they're not, that's no fucking ass.
Yeah,
because that's really just you being a good commissioner to tailor to the people that maybe in their life the waivers running every day is still not enough for them. Like, well, I missed it, bro. I was at the ballet last night, or whatever the fuck people do when they missed it. You know what I mean? What the fuck you doing at the ballet? Then motherfucker make your claims. God damn it, they run every day. That's why. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the big reason and the logic behind it is not and for anyone who's listening who may have not
for
heard
the late minute fucking
inactives. Yeah,
right.
And,
like circa Aaron Jones last night.
Because again, even in our big rosters, if someone doesn't go doubtful, I don't think we should have to drop a player on a Saturday when we know someone's going to be out on Sunday. That's the big thing. Whether they end up being a starter or not is almost irrelevant.
And the reason why I'm not even like gonna go like I would welcome it, to be honest, is because if ever I got in that situation, obviously, but then too, we're running actual franchises, bro, like 50-man rosters. So, you know what I mean? It's going to be thin out there regardless. So, you know what I mean? It's really going to be like a last minute, like, I had to go pick up fucking Patrick Taylor. You know what I mean? Like,
and he might not even be there. Like,
yeah, but he's just actually, yeah, exactly. Right. You're like, man, I had to go get fucking.
I mean, I had to take a 0 for Aaron Jones, and it's like in multiple places, and like it's whatever. It ended up working out for me in one spot, and then in the other spot I wasn't going to win anyways. It was nowhere close. So it's not even a reaction to that. It's a reaction to like at least having a chance if you need.
But that's
that
being a good commissioner though, because for the masses. That, like, I mean, just because they're in a dynasty league, yeah, you're a degen enough to be in a dynasty league with us. But I don't fully expect everybody to be on they shit like that all the time. Like, it sucks that there was a bunch of people like Aaron Jones. Fuck, man, I'm fucked. I need 3 points for my win.
Yeah,
I have no one to replace them.
I mean, shit. Here was another rule that I really hate, and it came up for me. It wouldn't have made a difference on me winning or losing, but I know that this made a difference for a lot of other people. Where you can't drop a bench player after their team has already played.
Yeah, so but we don't have that rule.
No. But in the Guru League, it's like that, and I know that a shitload of leagues are like that in a lot of.
I don't think people even know that setting. I don't even think people are aware because they're not in.
You got to turn that on. That's what's crazy. Like you have to turn that setting on. It's called off on Sleeper, and oh shit, just got a James Conner update. Expected to miss multiple weeks with that new
rule. How big? Pause. First of all, is Amiri Demarcado? Because like I just want to know if he's like more built like a scat back or close to a Connor for real. Because Connor's a pretty big dude, all things considered. Pause. What Sleeper got that motherfucker at?
And but yeah, so it really sucks when things like that. Like nobody knew that Aaron Jones was going to be inactive. Like he played last week, he's practicing this week, and so yeah, it's really just
there was another baby version of it on Sunday. Anyone that was trying to weight down Javonte Williams, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
in that format, you're like, "Fuck, I'm screwed." And then you're just fortunate that it's the afternoon game, so you might still have some other options to pivot to. But sometimes people didn't. You know what I mean?
5'9", 215.
Okay, so he's a small guy, but he's a banger, bro. 215.
Yeah,
he's a banger right there, bro. Okay, that's interesting.
But yeah, so either way, that's a rule that just needs to get out of there. And this is why it's also super important. If you got Monday night players, you get them in the flex. If you have Thursday players, you put them starting, like just in case. You gotta keep the flex open.
You want to know what I just thought of right now? It's not something I thought of. Something that kind of raised my eyebrows when I was looking at it this morning.
What up, Chewy?
Because I was trying to figure out this fucking who to target if really this guy just came in or like because there's still Keontae Williams. I don't know what the deal was him, right? Or is that his name? Keontae Williams?
Keontae, yeah, something
Pace
like that.
Pace Picante Williams. New York City.
Yeah, and he has Keontae Ingram. That's what
Keontae Ingram. There you go. Pace Picante Ingram.
Here's what's crazy is they only had Amari and Connor on the roster, and that was it.
Okay,
starting like Keontae hasn't played, and I guess Corey Clement was there, but he didn't even take one snap.
But here's my point. Look who led them in rushing. It's not even a running back.
Oh yeah, it was Moore, right?
It was Rondell Moore, and that was someone like you go back 2 years ago. We were saying that's how they should use him, kind of like an extension of the run game. But they were actually giving him carries for real.
Yeah,
and he's a guy that's like 5'9", 2 bills, right? He's around that range.
He's pretty big, yeah.
No, he's a small guy though, but he's
small for a wide receiver.
He got some mass on him, I should say.
Yeah,
and he's fast. So it's like that could be the run game they morph to. So that's why I'm a little. I wouldn't Jeff Wilson would. We'll get to it in the waivers, but I'm just a little spoiler alert.
Axel said all I've ever done is offense only, but I like a twist. He said, but I do want to do an IDP. So the first IDP leagues that you can get in with us are going to be during the NFL playoffs, and it's a good way to kind of ease yourself in because you only have
starter pack.
Yeah, you only have to start 5 IDP players, and so very, very easy to fill those spots. And they were either 33 or 55 buy-ins. And just make sure you are hanging around. You got to be in the 420 crew to join all these leagues, but they are starting for sure the first week of the NFL playoffs, and so like even if your team's not doing good or whatever for the regular season. Make sure you are still here because we're going to be talking about it all throughout December, filling up these leagues.
Yeah, and, we're real degens. We tend to just multiply.
What up, K?
What up, K? So, we went from like a dozen 2 years ago up to like 20 last year. So pretty sure we do like 40 or 50 of them hoes.
What up, Zonal? Tone down.
What up? Anal Zonal.
And Will Power said, I knew Aaron Jones was going to be a game time decision. Had him in my flex, was able to drop Shaheed, pick up Dylan, and got 7.5 points I needed for the win. There you go.
I mean, he got more than that. Oh, he needed 7.5. Yeah.
Yeah.
To win. But yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Most leagues that I was playing in AJ Dillon was not an option.
Yeah. AJ Dillon's a running back with a pulse. He's on someone's roster in my joints.
Yeah.
Good pickup though.
Yeah, for sure.
Hold on there. I would hold on to Dylan right now. See that? That's a car right there. 250,000. I want to hold on to that one.
Matt said, "You think I can?"
We got to get that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
See that one right there? See that? The car right there. 250,000. Might want to hold on to that.
That's as good as money, sir. Those are IOUs.
Yes, we need that.
Matt said, I think I can upgrade an RB if I package Kamara in London or Jacobs in London. I mean,
if you're looking for an RB, why are you going to move Jacobs? Don't do that, please.
Or Kamara.
Kamara.
Yeah. Figure out other lower pieces to move somehow. And even if you got to trade 3 for 1, do that.
You got 2 running backs that have a WR3 floor built in them as far as receptions go. What does the WR3 maybe get? 3 targets, big ones, right? See, they got a floor of those targets and they're a running back. You know what I mean? And they're not big ones, they're high percentage ones. It's a nice floor to have with those 2 type of running backs.
And Dennis said, I fucking love the playoff league. Super dope. And that was Dennis's first intro into the leagues that we rock with. And then rolls right into Dynasty right after that. Because we start first Dynasty league start right after the Super Bowl.
If you got the homie that swears he's the fantasy guy, right? But he only plays offense only and you can't get him to switch. The moment he comes through rocking like a Daniil Hunter jersey or a Fred Warner or whatever their favorite team is, and they got their favorite guy on there, like, man, you can play in the leagues with that guy. You know what I'm saying? You just got to show him the form. One of my guys that I sold on it, I just showed him the format. Like, look at this, look at. Like, damn, it's projected crazy. I'm like, right? I'm like, now look at ours. Show them ours is all whack. See that? That's whack.
Yep. And yeah, it's really all about IDP 1, 2, 3. I mean, what sucks is if people don't adjust the offense like at all, because I do believe the offense should be adjusted to max everything out. But look at a guy like fucking BS Barbarians, who like he plays in the IDP leagues, but he's like, man, but if I had a choice, I'd only play offense only. But then he goes out and throws up 500 points like last week. You ain't doing that in any kind of offense only like league.
And maybe an 8-teamer, and you have that super week.
Nah.
Yeah, you're right.
You have to be starting so many players to get 500.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, this is
what if you had like 640 burgers, right? And that's 240 right there.
See?
Okay, you're right.
It's not happening. Yeah,
you got your QBs. Maybe it's a super flex. Your QBs putting up 50 each. Let's say 60 each.
Yeah,
so even that's 360. Where's is your kicker doing it?
But you know that it's not QB premium. So, like, you know, to put up 50 in a non-QB premium is very, very hard.
You got to see everyone record setting.
Yeah, literally. And then you still probably aren't hitting 500.
You know, I remember a 2013 game where Nick Foles started against me, and he's playing against the Raiders, and he ties the league record for 7 touchdowns passes, man, on me. And I was hot.
Zonal, don't do that trade. And Chaotic said, Huss, I don't understand the AFC, NFC champion. Said, how do I know which one I'm in? And I probably just asked a dumb question, but I can't figure it out.
There is no conferences. It's just the two highest scoring week 1 got the titles. So if you just happen to have the NFC, you got the NFC. If you happen to have the AFC, you got that. But it has nothing to do. It doesn't determine anything as far as like, you know, your playoff standings or anything like that. All it has to do with is the side pot. Because whoever holds the title the most, you tally it up and you get a side pot at the end.
And it almost doesn't concern you if your name is not on the list, like as the person who's holding it. But you can always pay attention to who's holding it. If you play that team, and that's your shot to like steal it.
Yep.
And whoever holds the AFC championship for the most weeks out of 14 is put into the week 16 championship. And then whoever holds the NFC for the most weeks gets put into that championship as well. And then it's just like a side game, side pot, $50, and just like a game within a game.
I won a ton of those last year, and it was like the most pathetic win because I'm like, yeah, cool. I like money, and I really do. But it's just like I wanted to win so bad. I'm like, yeah, great consolation prize. He's like, hey, Bogey, I don't know if you know this, but you actually won the side pot in these ones. I'm like, oh, great. I just thought I was just fishing now, which means, in parentheses,
correct,
out of the playoffs.
It doesn't affect anything in the actual league itself. Nope. It's like everything just happens because of the points that are scored. And the randomness part of it is it all starts with whoever is the highest scorer and second highest scorer week 1. And then it's kind of just based on, you know, their schedules and who wins and loses and madness.
Brass. And if you have a title and you play someone with a title, you beat them that week, you get both titles.
And there's a lot where that already happened. I think in at least 4 to 6 leagues, it's already happened like that, where somehow the people who held the titles played each other in the first couple weeks, and now it's a universal championship.
Yeah.
And what said Chaotic said I was going to throw a little mini fit this AM. About what?
let us have it.
I know what's going on. And you can always refer to the bylaws. They should be pinned in the
And you know, I don't know if you guys notice, I love doing this show because it also gives you a point. I just get on the show. You know what really grinds my gears? I come on this show to let it all out when I'm ready to throw that hissy fit, bro. You know, so go ahead, let us have it. I'm always interested in people's rants, bro, because that's, you know, it's probably more better to get it out anyway than take it out on someone that had nothing to do with it. You know what I mean?
Well, what do you mean, Chaotic said, because I should be champion this week? I don't see the bylaws.
Oh,
why do you think you're the champion this week? Did it have your name on there?
If you're the highest scoring on the week, that doesn't award you the title. That only awards you the title the first week because that's so we could designate the first 2 champions. So the first and second highest scorer will get the titles. Then from then on, anytime someone plays a person with a title, if they beat them, they now carry the title.
Yeah.
So is she thinking? I'm just maybe that's what she's doing.
I think so because I'm looking at
because it'll show that she was the highest scoring on the week.
Yeah, because Crispy and Zip Him Up are the champions currently. So you have to play there. Okay, and I don't know why the bylaws are. Oh, you know why? I might not have put the bylaws in any of the leagues because I have to do that every single season. I forgot that the pin posts don't carry over.
That's annoying. But the fucking entirety of the chat for years would, right?
Yeah.
Or does that renew too? Because I remember that fool TD when he was like passive aggressively blowing up on us. Remember I remember I told you he had sent me like a year's worth, and maybe in some that even went back to like 2021 of like screenshots of what things that people said to him. You know what I mean? So I don't know if he'd been screenshotting them and carrying them all this time, because that's actually pathetic. And that's probably what happened. Even more pathetic if he's going down there. I remember in September of fucking 2021, I gotta find it. He said, I remember what he said to me. Scrolling more. He was late for work. Oh, I'm sorry, I was late. You were scrolling in that chat again, weren't you? Yeah, I was. I know in October of 2022 on Thursday. Bogey said, "Oh, this is a bum ass trade. Only a bum would do that trade." Yeah, I said it.
Man, that shit's fucking.
LOL.
He's been keeping receipts forever. Man, and Kadarius Toney, like, man, it's funny that he was the first Kadarius Toney truther.
He traded for Kadarius Toney, giving up Keenan Allen and first.
Oh man, hella goofy.
That's a special idiot.
All right, Chaotic. Thanks for letting me know. I guess I got to do this in all the leagues now. At least all the ones that weren't started this year.
I got one paper, bro. I'm saving it. Should have went this morning when my girl went to work. Didn't realize it until right now, or before we started the show.
All right. There we go, Chaotic. Bylaws are in there.
Everybody go check out Bogard Scott free, no fillings. As in feelings, but without the G. No fillings. Shit slap. I'm trying to tell y'all. They ain't fucking with me. We killing shit, bro.
And Chaotic said, okay, I thought you were posting. It was basically saying the Zippy guy was in first place. No. No. Yeah, if you just look at the correlation of every single week, because it's now there's 5 weeks worth in there. It started off with whoever. Let me go look and see. We'll give the specifics on who it says. So it started off with me being the NFC champion and JA for you being the AFC champion. I won in week 2. I beat the created player. My world won in week 2, so he took over. And then Jack beat me week 3. Jack beat Big Tons, and then Crispy beat Jack. And then Antonio defeated My World. Antonio defeated Bear Down. And Zip Him Up defeated Antonio. So whoever is playing Crispy and Zip Him Up this week, they're in the quote-unquote championship match this week. And if they win, they steal the belt.
And it's all about compiling weeks that you're holding that belt, because that would entail you're winning. And then when you have the most, at the end of the year, it's gonna get you into that match against the other person, right?
Yeah.
And then whoever wins that match, and that'll be just your week 16 lineup. So we're not gonna put you guys against each other. We're just gonna score watch, and then from whoever's in that side pot.
And Tino said, "What about 19?" Oh man, because Tino wants to be stroked off as the Universal Champion.
Let's go. That's my guy, Tino. Yeah, what about the 19? You know what I mean? Where's my twin at?
He's got both of them right now. He's got both.
Oh, he's a regular Chris Jericho.
Yeah, so if you get to 8 weeks somehow, I mean, that's pretty much automatically locked in as the win.
Yeah. And then that side pot's what, 50 spot?
$50, yeah.
$50.
And I think that's more fun than just like a third place or whatever, because there's so much randomness that could go into like who's going to hold the belts for whatever. And you still got to compete in week 16 also.
And a lot of times people aren't going to like the idea of like, for real, I'm in for third for the money, but I don't want to win. I want to get higher in the you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
In the standing, right? Because it's dynasty. So like, that this is definitely a better way in dynasty for a third.
Yeah. And you could I don't know if I've ever seen this happen, but I mean, I think it's possible that someone could not make the playoffs, but make it to that like side pot championship.
Yeah. It happened to me.
Yeah.
In week 7, first year. Didn't make the playoffs, but I went on like a 0-5 streak to start the year. Then I think I rip off like 4 wins straight, but that first win got me the 2 titles. And then like only for Dennis to fucking take, or not Dennis, rest in peace to our man Stu. He ended up taking it from me, breaking my streak. And I remember that was when I made that trade with you. I said I got fucking, what's his name? Fucking racist Rudolph from you for a third round, which that third round turned into Quay Walker the following year. And I don't forget these type of things, bro, because it was like I was like, I'm never gonna let Hustler get me like that. I consciously let you do that because I wanted to keep those titles, bro. I'm like, and then
how important it was.
And I'm thinking like, fuck, I can't have no non-QB right here. And I, even though I could have put a skill guy in there, but you know what I mean? It was just, and then it went in there, and then it goes all bad for your racist Rudolph against Detroit. And that was the allure because Detroit was really bad. It was still bad Detroit in 21, especially their defense. So I'm over here like, all right, this is a great move for me. But then holding those 2 titles, you know what I'm saying, for that stretch, it put me in there. It put me in the thing, and I won that thing. And I didn't even know it. That was one of those ones you're like, oh, you won the side pot. Oh, word.
Yeah, because there's no guarantee of like how many weeks anybody's gonna hold it. I mean, shit. Like, I mean, it comes down to it. Someone wins it in week 13, and there's only 2 weeks left of it. Like
when I bring up all that, when I bring up the specifics of that, does that jog the memory for you too?
Oh yeah, I just
all that, right?
I forgot which one until you said that.
Yeah, because then you remember how. Because I won't forget that shit. I'm like, oh, I'm still mad about that shit. I think I even tried to trade for Quay Walker from you at one time. You were willing to do it, but it was like, I'll take a first and this, and I was like, never mind. It's basically like, Bogey, don't talk to me. Here, I'll do it first. Nah, never mind.
And Tino said, bro, you can Uber Eats papers from 7-Eleven. He said, LOL, and beer.
I can, huh? But I got to send my ID and stuff like that. I don't not like taking pictures of my ID and sending it anywhere, bro. I don't like doing that shit.
Chaotic said, can I get a point?
Only for the cannabis clubs, I would do that when they used to deliver. Because they gotta prove it's you know what I mean? And you only do it one time and you're in that thing.
Yeah. Chaotic said, can I get a 0.4 stat correction for an even 500, please? Oh man, yeah. Scoring 500 is like pretty ridiculous. Like that's like
499, greedy. I guess it is a great accomplishment. I don't think I've ever put 500 up in any of these formats. I got to 480, 490. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, she destroyed me this week. 499.58.
Dang. And if and 9 times out of 10, Sleeper would have stat corrected already midnight West Coast time last night. You know what I mean?
I mean, this is damn near every player just going off. So Burrow and ETN, Madison, probably one of her low players at 16. Chase, AJ Brown, Kirk, Hawkinson, probably underperformed there. Jalen Warren, Gabe Davis, T-Law. Here's the underperformers: Micah Parsons and Christian Wilkins. But then Roquan, Daniil Hunter, Hamilton, another underperformer. Pinnock with that INTD.
He just right in the ass. It was a long one too. Pause, because he took that from like their side of the field.
Oh yeah, Quincy Williams, who was like the number 2 linebacker on.
Shout out to my guy Quincy, bro. I love you, son.
Ernest Jones, who was like top 5 linebacker.
Ernest Scared Stupid Jones. Come on, Ernest. Shout out to Ernest Scared Stupid.
And then she had the black Josh Allen.
Oh, come on. You know she got to have her Jags in there.
He only got 2 points, but this is what's great. Support. Out of all, what do we have? 19 starters, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 6 out of her 19 that like didn't hit their projections. Couple people reached their projections. Looks a lot of people smashed and dominated their projections.
It sucks that like the black Josh Allen couldn't get points for getting up in the Josh Allen's face, man. You see that?
Oh, Joe said the driver will just scan the back of your ID.
Yeah, I know, but see, you only do in the one dispensary that I used to have delivered to me because I knew the good folks there. I just had to put my thing in the system one time and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm cool off of that. Oh, but you talking for the Uber Eats?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. What up, Charter?
Man, I'm about to spend $10 to get a pack of papers on. Because then you know what that's gonna do to me? I'm like, well, let me just run up this list real quick. I'm like, why am I just gonna get papers? That's like every time I walk into a goddamn Target to get the fucking shampoo and the deodorant or some shit, and I leave spending $100, man.
That's how it goes.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
That's how it goes. And yeah, fucking chaotic whooped me over here. Jeez. And Fernando said, who do you think is better, pick up Foreman or DeMarcado? Probably DeMarcado. Foreman kind of sucks. I mean, Foreman's so bad that he's been a healthy scratch like these last couple weeks. Like, that's not good. It's really not. All right. Let me set up stuff for the waivers here. So we're going to get going on these waivers. I hate that I have to use Yahoo for this because Sleeper's like all dynasty and like the percentages are just like super whack. All right, there we go. Sounds good, Charter. And yeah, man, just make sure you check the waiver videos as well. And Yahoo's trying to tell me that the Lions is a good play versus Tampa Bay this week. They're not a horrible play. Let me see, because who's on bye this week? Just Green Bay and the Steelers. Okay, cool. We will we're gonna get down to every position here. But let me just go. Let's go peep the team defense matchups. Where the hell is Detroit? Shit, I mean, they're not even going to qualify for our list anyways, because they're 84% rostered. Let's see. What's Tampa Bay been giving up to the team defense? Now, only one team defense has really done like great against them, and that was the Eagles. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm buying into Detroit necessarily being like a great like streaming defense this week. Yeah, I'll tell you who looks like one of the best is going to be Atlanta going up against Washington. I'm pretty sure Washington's been giving up the booty. Let me see. Yeah, they're giving up third most points to team defense right now. Who's playing Chicago? The Vikings. I don't know. I don't think I'm doing that. That's going to be a little bit too crazy. Who plays the Giants this week? Who the hell plays the Giants? The Bills. Yeah, they're not going to be one that you can just go pick up, though. And Joe said, yeah, play the Vikings with JJ out. Or, Bears play the Vikings with JJ out, yeah.
So you're going to roll out the Bears.
Peace out, Derek. We'll catch you later. We're not going to have there's no FNT today at 1 o'clock, but the H-Town Huddle will be back later tonight.
Oh, it's on Tuesday.
Actually, I'm not sure if they're doing it tonight or tomorrow. We'll see.
No, that's
Stevie B. Stevie B's going to be back at 7. West Coast.
Yeah, because the H-Town Huddle's on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
And we might do Playmakers. I was down to do Saturday morning if everyone's down, dude, because I want to do like this segment I thought of. It's called Factor Cap. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you just say something. We'll say some kind of opinion, and whether we think it's like rest of season type shit, whether it's Factor Cap. Like for example, is Patrick Mahomes a top 6 receiver? Sorry, is Patrick Mahomes a top 6 quarterback?
Mm-hmm.
Factor Cap the rest of the way. You know, that's not one of mine. I just thought of that one right now. You know what I mean? Like, because he's kind of been, you know, outside of the top 6 for real. You know what I mean? Like all year. You know what I mean?
Look at this. Brandon said, what up, fellas? Shitty week for me. Still won with Devonta Smith and Dubs in the lineup. And he said that Texans defense actually won me the week. There you go. Yeah, because you were going to start Washington right before that, and they got like minus points.
Yeah. I mean, shit, I needed fucking, 3.8 or whatever from Dubs. Fuck me in one of my leagues.
Damn.
So, you know what I mean? I'm glad that you were able to survive the fuckery of Romeo Dubs and just the Packers in general. Like, goddamn, they were whack. Goddamn, they're whack. I've been saying it all year, too.
Peacock said, just saw that Shaq has a rap song out right now. It's not bad, actually. Oh, man.
Hey, man, let's not pretend Shaq ain't had platinum hits, bro. He had some smacks back in the day. I was like in junior high when his shit was in rotation.
Kobe, how's my ass taste?
You know what's fucked up is like after Kobe died, I wonder if he's just like, man, I'm trying to get that song removed from everywhere. I don't want to be that guy.
He can't. It's too viral. And that's when he got fired from being a sheriff. After that, they're like, Shaq, you're making us look bad over here.
The club. It was in the club. He grabs the mic. He kicks a freestyle. He's wearing he's on some fucking some Denzel Washington and Training Day shit. Because remember Denzel, he rocked the chain with the badge on it, iced out. Remember that?
Yeah.
So here he has a sheriff badge iced out on a chain and shit. You know what I mean? And he's in the club talking shit. They're like, yeah, you're fired.
It was right after Kobe. It was right after they lost to the Celtics.
Yeah, well, I mean, because, after that, the story was always, okay, Kobe can't win it without Shaq. And the first thing Shaq does when he goes elsewhere from Kobe, he wins one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wins one with the Heat. So he had that on him for a minute. And, Kobe, just as petty, when he finally got one, and then another one to have more, he's like, I got more now, Shaq. You know what I mean? I got more than you now. You know what I mean? Right? Because he went on to get 2 more.
Yeah, they went back to back.
Yeah. Exactly. They went back to back. 2009 and 10, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was when I was still pretty into basketball.
I went to a handful of I went to 4 different playoff games that year in 2010, and I was always wearing an opposing jersey or like some opposing flag.
You were the Lakers' good luck charm or what?
Yeah, they won every
unknowingly.
Game. They won every game that I was there. They really stuck it to me. Yeah, I remember the first game. It was a Kevin Durant jersey. It was the year that he was a rookie, or maybe not a rookie, maybe a sophomore or something. Mm-hmm. And but made it to the playoffs. And then the second one was a Steve Nash jersey. They played the Suns in the conference finals. We went to game 1, fucking lost. Or the Lakers won, Suns lost. And then actually game 4, I didn't wear any swag of the opposing team. But somehow, some way, through like a dude that I met because of on the 420 missions, he had pretty much had a jersey like store. And he had this old school, the Celtic starter that you seen me wearing. He had that.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this is like got to be fate. I got to buy this shit. And bought it, and then I wore it to game 6. Lakers won. And then we went back to game 7.
But you got to let everybody know that you really hate the Lakers. So at least you did your part. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that was a cool little run of those playoff games.
It's funny because I always hated the Lakers, but I always was like, man, Kobe's so good, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was always finding reasons to hate on Kobe because like Shaq was like super dope. Like, oh, you got to dime out Shaq.
Yeah, and then like later on when you hear like the stories, it was like he basically had a hand in like, you know, say, yo, we need to get rid of Shaq. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I guess there was so much turmoil in the locker room between the two of them. And
well, yeah, because it was Kobe was on dealing with the rape case.
Yeah.
He ended up getting acquitted of that because the lady was crazy. And
if the dick don't fit, you must acquit.
But during all that shit, he was like, I may have been doing things like that. But Shaq is doing the same shit over here, fucking different bitches every night at the club.
Yeah, he done dimed him right out. Like Superhead. Do you remember that Superhead? That because Superhead, Corinne, I don't know her last name, but if you guys don't know the legend of Superhead, bro, it is a insane rabbit hole. Because this bitch then got her claim to fame was like she had that super head, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it was Jadakiss who actually said it in the song first, because at this point she'd already been running through the industry. You know what I mean? And again, she had that fire. You know what I mean? Like you ever seen that?
Said LOL, the legend of Superhead.
I'm telling you, bro. He knows. He's laughing because he knows, bro. Like, and Shaq was one of the ones that she was like, Shaq. He's big. As like height, he's really small, like for his size. She's killing him, bro. And like and she said that Shaq used to pay, like he was basically a sugar daddy. You know what I mean? She'd come through, blow him down. You know what I'm saying? Whatnot. And then like even Lil Wayne, like she would get married, like for real, like be married to somebody, and Wayne would text her in the middle of the night, and anyone she's married to know, she's like, they know. When Wayne texts, or Dwayne, she calls him Dwayne. When Dwayne texts me, I go. I get on a flight and I go. It's like, damn, bro. And this dude, he's married to her. He's like, well, she got that fire out. We're gonna be back next week? Okay.
Gonna come back with
off to Little Wayne.
Gonna come back with like 20, 50 racks or something. I wonder what. Like, is that allure? Like, what are they actually paying? Like, first off, you got to pay. I mean, it's that good where you're paying her to come around the country,
I went to high school with a girl. I don't know. I don't remember her last name, so I don't mind saying her first name. Her name was Erica. She was a bad Latina, and she ended up getting in the mix with Lil Wayne. And she was one of the bras that he would fly out and this and that. And she would take him. He would take her shopping and shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, when you're rich, bro, of course you're gonna do shit like that all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
better to do.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And let's see, CD Schmitty over here. He said, "Is it worth dropping Najee or Miles Sanders to get DeMarcado, Jeff Wilson, Roshan, etc.?"
Drop who?
Najee, Miles Sanders.
No, I mean, I'm sure you have a kicker in that league. First thing you do, drop that fucking kicker and start making your claims. Then you figure it out the rest of the week, for real. Those guys, you don't just drop them, you trade them, unless it's like a 6-team league or 8-team league, something real shallow like that. Yeah, you don't just do that. I would take Najee and find someone who's got bye week woes and injuries at the running back position.
Well, he's on a bye week.
Good question. I mean, that's a good point.
And Chaotic said, "Damn cuckolds."
I'm just saying, bro. And she wrote like a crazy ass tell-all books, and she's done countless interviews and podcasts and shit. It's like I'm telling you, I went down. This is like a 10-year ago rabbit hole. I went down. Like, damn, that bitch is crazy. You know what I mean? And I remember in high school, she was in that Mystical video. That what is it? Been so long. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And she's like walking, she's like crawling in doggy style, and like they just got her from the back angle, and I was like, oh, this bitch is bad. Then you start hearing like, oh, that's Superhead. You're like, what? Oh shit, I heard about her because everybody didn't heard of Superhead, and then it was actually Jadakiss who coined it. He said it in the song.
It was fucking funny. And Peacock said, "Fuck that noise, shake your ass."
Right, that's a song. Watch yourself. That shit always reminds me of a scary movie, huh?
Oh yeah, that was funny. Yeah,
Damn,
this is the shit right here.
Watch yourself.
10 all y'all players and pimps.
Let's be. That shit was hard. Hey, you know what's dope? Fucking, that's how dope Pharrell is, bruh. Because Pharrell fuck around and just revive somebody's career, bruh. I guess the Mystical didn't fall off, but like, you know, nobody really made it outside of No Limit that was blew up off of No Limit except for Mystical. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, because No Limit became real quick and fast like a novelty. Same thing with Cash Money. Because at one point, Cash Money then dwindled down to just Wayne. You know what I mean? They're screwing everybody for contracts too. That could be a reason why. But like, you know what I mean? It was like, they used to be in the late 90s, it was all big, giant entities. You know what I mean? No Limit probably had like 40 artists, all independent shit. He was making bread, bro.
Yeah.
That shit was
and most of them with bricks. Man.
Mm-hmm.
They're just getting even more bread.
Yeah, you just go ahead and fucking pay a motherfucker. Like say you're an artist on the label, right? You'll pay them for the X amount of albums, right? And then they'll get whatever points on it. And then you're getting hella points on it too, because this label's independent. So it's like, and they were so popular and had so many releases. Imagine like you have like 2-3 releases a month for like 2 years straight, and they're all going gold at minimum. You know what I mean? That's 100,000 sold.
Yeah.
On the independent market, that's like $1 million plus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a few million. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
Mike Lopez, he said that she even topped off Bill Mayer.
I don't know, man. I never got to the Bill Mayer chapter, if there is one. You know what I mean? But she there had chapters for every dude. And then check this out. You ready for this? This one of the dudes that she was with that would have to accept whenever Wayne would text her was Eddie fucking Winslow.
No way.
Yeah. In real life, so Eddie, right? He grew up a fucking thespian, you know what I mean? An actor in plays and all kind of shit, right? He grew up in the business. So like when he would go out
after this,
when he would go out, bro, like and kick it in Hollywood, people didn't view him as like a brother, you know what I mean? They were like, oh, you're a fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah, fucking Eddie Winslow.
Yeah, and so when he got into that scene, when he was like getting it, because he said he was like accepted into like the, for lack of a better term, you know what I'm saying, the urban communities, right?
Yeah.
Because he came from like, whitewashed whitewashed sitcoms. I don't even want to say black sitcoms because Family Matters is like real.
And you're a fucking cop son, man. Come on. Come on. No sisters around here.
Exactly, right? So when he started getting accepted, he's going to the parties and the industry parties, and he starts seeing Superhead. And he already was aware who she was. He's like, I gotta get a shot of this Superhead, bro. And he wifed her up for a good minute, bro.
It was so good. He had
to wife that thing up, bro.
But she had some prerequisites.
She done left them too. Yeah, she did. And you know what's crazy? She got her own money. She's like mad successful because of all her like her Oprah runs with the books. Like she here's the bestsellers. When you write bestsellers, that's like that's like she made more money than most of those rappers that she was sucking off that were going platinum. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's a lot of crazy stories, right? And people want to hear us. It's a lot of cool stories. And the thing is like if you marry a porn star, and I'm not saying she's a porn star, but if you marry an escort, or whatever title, she was a video vixen, is what like they kind of dub her one of the first video vixens.
because that's how she got around being in videos first, and going to industry parties, sucking everybody off.
That's what I'm saying. But when
her claim to fame was she could make a man climax in less than a minute. So she would do it at parties, like private parties, like in front of people, men and women. Yeah. Oh, 49 seconds.
5,000, 5,000, 10,000, whatever. Just
and go. And they just throwing them. They got the bets going. They got the bets going on. Listen, I'll take the under on 45 seconds, bro. Come on, bro. Hold it down. Hold it in, bro. Oh, come on. I'm always making the face, bro. Hey, I'm a live bet this thing. Yeah, I'll take side action on that. I'll take side. Put the money down there. Put the money down.
That's what I'm saying. If you marry someone and that's that's what she does for money, whatever it is, you better know what you're going into. That's just what it is. So yeah, Eddie Winslow. I'm sure he didn't like it when it happened, but man, he's trying to call a super.
Hey, he was winning low on that one up. Morally, he's like, listen, okay, I'll wipe you up. And when Lil Wayne called you 6 days max, you were gone for 12 days last time. And it'll be like she'd be like, he's in Barbados, or he's in the Bahamas, or what I mean? She's just, I gotta get my passport. And be like, I already got your passport, baby. Your driver has it. What I mean? Like Lil Wayne's the boss, you know what I mean? Are you over there with Eddie Winslow? Put him on the phone. Oh man, the superhead rival was kind of funny, bro.
Bogard's girls are coming in the chat right now.
Oh, the moment I started thinking about the superheads.
Yeah, too much.
Well, at least I know they're going to work. Go to work for the good doctor.
Surgeries are low this month. Time to
go. They all love taking me home. They're like, he's a doctor, mama.
Man, I didn't know they were nurses. Hello, nurse. Texan Stevie, what up? And what up, Trent? And Patriots Super Bowl bound said, would you trade away Puka and Pittman for Amari Cooper, Zay Flowers? Nah, I'm just keeping Puka.
Yeah, I'm not doing that at all.
Clock says, I remember Cat Stacks.
Yep.
Who's that?
She was a more like, for lack of a better term, ratchet version, because she would straight up be on the motherfuckers, you know what I mean? That motherfucker broke, that N-word broke, bitch. Ooh, she's counting stacks, bitch. Cause she was a super trick, you know what I mean? Yeah. You fuck her for money.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, that motherfucker came in 10 minutes, quickest style while I made, whoa, bitch. She was she was the type that probably got smacked around a few times. But she was the one that famously put out the video of a Soulja Boy doing the coke.
Oh shit!
Because Soulja Boy is a child star, basically. You know what I mean? So he's fucking. He's probably 19 or 20, and he's fucking on Cat Stacks, and she's just like, "Yeah, bitch, yeah, fucking cokehead, bitch." And she was a real I would you know what I mean? Not me personally, but that's the type of motherfucker that slapped that one, bro.
Cat Stacks got deported too.
Yeah, she was a fucking rowdy one, bro. And then
what up, Elias?
Then you said something about earlier, porn stars, right? Fucking, there's one. Her name was Kelly Divine. And she's a porn star, thick ass, like stallion white broad, bro, like horse face and everything, bro. Super stacked though. And she would go on these tell-all rants, yeah, Lil Wayne got a pencil dick. And then she'd be like, oh, Fabulous, he's legit hung like a horse. And then Fabulous's fucking girl gets all crazy. And then, you know what I mean? His BMs get all crazy. And Fabulous is like, hold on, damn. You know what I mean? You feel me? This is these bras, bro, especially in the when Twitter and all that shit started hitting the scene, it was a wrap, bro. You really had to be low key. You couldn't just be you know what I mean?
They weren't watching.
Said Bill Bellamy wouldn't have never existed in this era. You know what I mean?
They weren't watching the Chappelle show because you got to make her sign the love contract and then the love non-disclosure as well. And she was like, "Oh, don't worry, I won't tell anyone." He's like, "I know you won't, because I'll sue your ass."
You got it in writing, bitch. Hey,
and Mike said J-Lo's the original superhead.
Now I would say J-Lo's the original video vixen, because she does that video with Diddy. Remember that shit? It was And first of all, Diddy is just, as soon as Biggie died, he immediately exploits the fuck out of it. Like, all right, yeah, now it's time to ride this train forever, right? Biggie's dead, y'all. Rest in peace, my brother. You know what I mean? Then he does, that first album they come out with P. Diddy and the Fam, which was essentially like half a Biggie album, but they just took all that shit and put everyone on it, and then, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's kind of one of those deals. Made it a Puff Daddy album. Yeah. And then the first video they had around is for "Been Around the World." And then back in the 90s, they used to have a video that'll cut away to another song. That's how they would do shit. So in this case, they cut away to a super random like salsa thing of him, because she was like the video girl. That shit. And obviously he was dating J-Lo at the time. And then like next thing you know, she got a singing career. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it was because of Diddy. I mean, she's from the Bronx, bro. First of all, when you're from the Bronx, bro, you're going hard.
She was doing movies before she was doing.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just saying though, but breaking into the music though, you know what I mean, and being hype, she jumped straight to high profile.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and maybe even like singing in Selena could have obviously helped her out too. But I don't even know. Someone might need to fact check me. Did she cover those, or was she just lip syncing?
I think she was just lip syncing.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say she don't sing that good in real life. You know what I mean?
No. She's lip syncing.
Yeah, and if you remember, her first little big hit was called "Waiting for Tonight" or whatever.
Yeah, that was the one where like, pretty much like that was the song. Like her and Eminem and all that. Like they were the most popular like up and comers, right? Like that year
in '99.
Yeah,
or '98, whatever.
Yeah.
Waiting for tonight. Whoa. And it's funny because during the time, what's popular like in the nation is like trance and house music, and like that was like some house shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was that shit. You know what I mean? Way before ratchet twerk and shit was really like the dominant shit.
Trent said Bogey's on one today with the dirty hip hop history. Hell yeah!
Listen, I just know history. I'm from the music elk, so you know what I mean. These are things that I go down rabbit holes because it was the most when growing up in the '90s, everything you got from an artist you liked was an interview that you might have read in an article in a magazine, or like you got to go to some super fans webpage and shit because back in the days when you're a celebrity, you're very exclusive, bro. It's not like these days where like. You have celebrities that are just regular people because they got hella followers on whatever platform. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's the status quo is different. You know what I'm saying? But back then, like you couldn't get near a Tom Cruise, bro, or Will Smith even. Like Will Smith, he barely got on social media like fucking maybe 5-6 years ago. Maybe should have stayed off, right? But like, you know what I mean? Some people just aren't accessible. Johnny Depp, you'll never see him on no fucking Twitter, bro. You know what I mean? Like I'm just saying, like superstardom was different back in the day. So it was like, and that the same thing with artists. Like you just wanted so once like smartphones and all that shit came out in 2010 and shit, and you had just unlimited interviews now of like Ming Shift up and coming self-proclaimed journalists like a Vlad TV or like a even a World Star Hip Hop like this. Now you start to have these platforms where like you can go down these rabbit holes and see these interviews and like, or even things that require statute of limitation. Like now these guys are willing to come out and talk about these old crimes that they were affiliated with people that were involved in. You know what I mean? Because you know what I'm saying, like, I knew a guy, he did some major dirt and got popped for it. Like I would still wait for the statute of limitation for me to be able to speak on that. Oh yeah, I was around there in that time. You know what I mean? Yeah. Those fucking stories are awesome. You know what I mean? Like
Tino, anything for Salinas.
Anything for Salinas.
Man, I had a teacher in junior high. She loved Selena. I remember, like, I think we watched.
You got the big booty like her?
No, hell no. I remember we watched that movie at least twice that year.
I was always jocking on her and all the fly girls, bro. I had my older sister was not. Yeah, my older sister's 9 years older than me. So, I was born in 84.
Tampa Bay Sports Podcast in the house. What up, homie?
What's happening, TB?
About to get into the waivers.
Yep. And so like back in the early 90s, bro, it was all about housers and like dance groups and shit. And the dance groups were damn near gangs, bro. Like fools would like, like getting in fights and shit and rumble for real. But like, so my sister and them, they had a little dance group, and she would tape it in living colors so they can fucking watch the shit and get moves, and you know what I mean? Because they would go to parties and have these fucking routines for real. This is the 90s, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Matching outfits that they made and shit. It was just like that. You know
He's got 3 Selena t-shirts.
Let's go.
He's repping.
Man, that's 3 more than me, bro. I need one. I need one with Selena, but it's as J-Lo, bro, because J-Lo had a bigger booty than Selena.
Yeah, the dad from Selena, he's lucky. He's I mean, in real life, he was the dude who was supposed to be getting shanked up because of American Me.
Oh, word.
Yeah, because man,
Rata, or he was the one giving.
Well, I mean, it's different when blood
is
in,
giving
blood
details.
Out. Well, yeah, and he actually did it on the Mexican mafia. Like that was a different thing. Like,
that's basically like that's like equivalent to the Omerta in Italian mafia, but you don't speak on the Carteses, bro.
Blood in, blood out. I mean, it was a fake. You know, it was a fake prison. Yeah, fictional. There you go, fictional prison gang. Blood in, blood out was specifically talking about the Mexican mafia.
No, like, you mean American Me.
American Me, yeah.
Yeah, don't do that, bro. Don't fuck with that La Emmas, bro. That shit.
But yeah, it was the main.
I always want to do all different kind of podcasts because I went down hella rabbit holes, bro. Like we could do I'll tell you about all kind of serial killers, all kind of mob. I'm like a organized crime historian. Fucking, 90s wrestling. Man, like we could do it all, bro. Music, every fucking genre. I grew up in a music household and I make music myself. So it's like, you know what I mean?
It's so funny. And Will said Living Color would never be allowed on television today. I don't know.
You remember the Michael Jackson? We watched that before. We pulled it up before. We're not gonna do it now, but the Tommy Davidson, he did the Michael Jackson video. He's playing Michael Jackson, black or white. Am I black or white? Who knows it? Shimon. Right. And he's fucking, and in the end, he's starts beating up the car, breaking the windows, dancing on top of the car. Right. And then the cop comes through and arrests him, bro. And he looks at the camera. I guess I am black. And then everyone in the audience like, boo.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, they went there. And this was on Fox. That's kind of crazy how. And Fox was kind of the
Fox,
leader.
Like, I mean, they were the small, like.
Yeah, and they were the leader of that shit. They had fucking Married with Children, but that motherfucker with the dog out his bitch, and they put his hand in his pants, and everyone would cheer, right?
I mean, that was it, right? Married with Children and Living Color and The Simpsons. Like, those are like, I don't know, seems like the things that blew Fox up to start.
Yeah, and then their kids, their Saturday morning joint was awesome because they're the only. Fox was smart. They managed to finagle little IPs, like they were able to get the Batman and the Superman and the fucking X-Men. And that's DC and Marvel. They were able to do this and have those two different, all those series going on Saturday morning shit. That was pretty fucking dope as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will said, what about Wanda, played by Jamie Foxx? I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to go. Woo, woo, woo. Oh, what do you say? I'm rock your world. He had another saying, bro, that was funny as fuck. Oh, you stupid. Put on a lip gloss.
Yeah. And Trent, what is this? He said you got to cop the temp gun. He said they're like $15 on Amazon Prime. Change your dad game. He said they take them at $600 to $750 every time. Like I literally just type in like temp gun. Like what do I type in? I'll go search that shit right now.
I'm safely assuming it's something similar to like the what was that one dude from Seattle? He had that shit when we were in Vegas.
Yeah, the email.
Yeah, the email. Yeah. I mean, because there's a gang of different versions of that shit, so I'm sure that's one of them.
Yeah.
What if it's shaped like a gun, though? And it doubles as a fucking COVID thing. Just okay, yeah. Check your temperature. All right, you can hit this dab with me.
Man, I
just be sure.
Typed in temperature and it started coming up. What did he say? Oh,
the temp gun.
Oh, and it just tells you how much it is. Okay, that's what it is.
Oh, he's talking about but see, but when you do it enough, you could just the eye test is good enough when you're low heat dabbing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what you said. Okay, the temp gun, helps you gauge the. I think I probably take them too. I probably take them too cold, if anything.
But is that a preference to you though? Because I mean, like,
well, you get more taste, but you don't get it's like it's legit like vaporizing, like hit the vaporizer. A lot of times it's like, I didn't even get anything, and then you take like 3 or 4 more, and then it finally all catches up to you, and you're like, oh, okay.
Bro, I'm talking about like when the dabbing first came out, there was no such a thing as that. It was just all hot dabs, all hot hits, bro.
Yeah.
Damn,
what the hell? Yeah,
and I'm seeing colors.
Yeah, Peacock. The Eckler status just got changed from questionable to out. Business decisions.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder, like them putting it out right now. Is that because he didn't play last game? And like, it's just I
don't know, man.
Or is this them ruling him out for week 6 already? Man, I want to see Chef.
Text Lee, because he's an actual Chargers fan. He's probably already typing it up as you speak right now.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, because Lee will go and find that shit out. Shout out to our guy Lee. He's our ear to the streets. He funnels in everything that we're looking for, because just in case we miss anything, he's our extra set of eyes and ears, and he's also a Chargers fan. So this guy make sure he sends all the Charger and Niner information all the time. Like, bro, I don't need all the specific Niner shit all the time.
Yeah,
he's
and Trent, I want a good email. I need a good email. And that's what sucks. It's like it's hard to find a good one because they all it sucks. Some of them you have to have the specific type of nails, and I don't know.
I just need I don't give a fuck what Papers brand it is, as long as it's just good enough. Just sponsor me. We'll talk about it all the time on the show. Send me a lifetime supply of Zags, bro. Don't even need to be cones. I prefer regular Zags, the big ones. I want to just roll my own shit.
All right, one more dab, and then we're gonna get into this. What in the fuck, man? Like Eckler already? Especially he went on his podcast saying he was gonna be, or whatever, not his podcast, but the Yahoo Sports podcast, and said after the bye he should be good to go.
It's the things that they don't have to tell us till Wednesday though, because they do practice on Mondays and Tuesdays, right? So, I mean, maybe he re-aggravated something enough that they're already ruling him out.
Yeah, and they got the Monday game this
week. Quick question. If it's not Josh Kelly and it's not Isaiah Spiller, who the fuck was that other guy? Was it Elijah something?
Dodson.
Elijah Dodson? Yeah. Because wouldn't they? I mean, I guess later when we get to running backs, we'll look him up, because he might be a sneaky grab this week. Just to, you know what I mean? If you're in a real bind, bro, and then
he only played 5 snaps last.
Okay, so he's not the guy to look at, because I refuse to believe it's Josh Kelly, but I'm gonna be.
Josh Kelly played 60% of the snaps. So
I refute. I'm not gonna refute that. I'm not refuting that. I'm gonna refute a motherfucking fact that I'm gonna believe in my mind that I'll play Josh Kelly and he's the guy. You know what I mean? Not against the Cowboys' run defense, for what it's worth. Didn't let up too much to the Niners, for real. You know what I mean? Tugs for real, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what these guys are even percentage wise at, but yeah, that sucks. And now if I don't know, let's say Austin Eckler is questionable and not out, better have that pivot after this Aaron Jones bullshit.
I don't know we've seen platforms make mistakes like this before, but look on every platform.
I mean, the only one I'm getting updates from is Sleeper. I didn't go.
Yeah. So everybody, somebody in the chat put it in Yahoo. Let's check out your Yahoos and your ESPNs. Let's see if they're on the same hype too.
And Crispy said, I thought we didn't speak of Dotson.
See that because he's the one that he's the first guy I remember that ever brought that name up. We're like, who the fuck is that? I'm like, does he mean Elijah Mitchell and Moore or
exactly
Dodson?
Yeah. Did you mix up two people's names? Crispy.
I swore he picked them up too to the dynasties and shit. Like I was like, oh, am I missing something?
And
they're coming out of a bye week. That's the time you make you make some type of switch if there is one for now. You know what I mean? Like, okay, Kelly wasn't working. Maybe like if it was Isaiah Spiller getting like some decent work here, I wouldn't be surprised because over the bye week is usually when you tend to make adjustments like that. You know what I mean? Why is Austin Eckler not on the IR to fucking begin with? And they're so vague with the injuries that I'm going back to what I was saying. Because I you know, and you were with me on this, bro. We stood firm. Like move Austin Eckler a long time ago to someone that's willing to buy into it because he's not on IR. So you could sell him as that he might come back soon. Because I believe that he was making business decisions. They said it's an ankle. Remember, he's like practicing, and they're like, oh no, he's not gonna play. Like it was all some fuckery, bro. Like, oh, Austin Eckler is not at the facility today. You know what I mean? Like, you remember this like some other shit. Like, what the fuck? Okay. Then they rule him out, and then it's like, what? And then even today, that's some weird shit. Because that makes me think about the injury is it got re-aggravated or something, bro. Like that doesn't just this early in the week. It's not even they're not even mandated to say it.
Yeah.
For tomorrow.
And TB Sports said, let's go Lightning. Let's get it. He said hockey opens up today.
That's right. I was wondering in hockey when when you're in practice, right? And you're practicing your slap shots and you're practicing whatever the fuck they practice, right? Do they have a guy that goes out there on the ice with the bags? Like, okay, come on, put him up. You know what I mean? I would imagine, right?
Probably.
Duking it out on a pair of skates is an art form in itself. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers are practice throwing the gloves off and the helmet. Do that shit in a split second, huh?
Yeah.
They practiced it.
And why, Will? He said, I checked Yahoo this morning and it said Eckler was out, but it's just Tuesday. I'm confident he plays. Why, though? Because
that's the alarming thing.
Why did they rule him out? They didn't have to.
NFL teams are not mandated to give any information like that if they don't have to until Wednesday. Every Wednesday they're mandated to give their official injury report, their updated version every Wednesday. Today's Tuesday. If they ruled him out already, that's alarming. I'm confident he doesn't play. You know what I'm saying? Hey, how you gonna read that and be like, I'm confident he plays? It said he's out. It's fucking Tuesday.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
Tino said Austin would be a good fit in Dallas. Well, he wants to get paid. Cowboys ain't paying nobody.
But see, what if he sticks it to the Chargers and goes somewhere for cheap because he knows the age is there and he's going to be looking at more like a fucking maybe something closer to a Dalvin Cook 1-year deal type of shit. You know what I mean? But I think like he would be worth it.
He said he thinks that they just had Eckler marked out because it carried over from this past week.
But it was questionable.
That's what's weird. Yeah, it was questionable.
Because the practice week already started for them. They're off their bye week now. This Monday starts the practice week for week 6 for all teams. Unless you're a team playing on Monday night. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is just how it works every single week, year after year. These things aren't subjective. You know what I mean? These are routines that the leagues do.
So he said he just went from out to questionable. That's on Yahoo.
Okay, well then now scratch everything we said. Okay, because he didn't put that part in there. And that's why I told everybody look at it because Sleeper has made mistakes before. But if all the platforms are showing it, it's probably not a mistake. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're showing him as questionable right now.
On the Sleeper.
Yeah.
Okay, so then he's back to practice. Because they're not that.
Let me refresh.
Yeah.
I didn't refresh.
That means he's practicing because they started their week yesterday. You know what I'm saying? They started their first practice yesterday.
Yeah, it has him as questionable.
That makes me feel really fucking good because I was really hot about that. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that would have been some bullshit.
Fuck yeah, that would have. On a fucking Tuesday? Like, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? Watch it gets rolled out tomorrow. Oh, it'll be hot, man. Okay, so now rewind. Now with this, I am confident he's practicing this week. Still not gonna say he's playing it, bro. We gotta have them say it, bro.
And Gary, I'll check out the screenshots after the show. We're about to jump into the waivers. So if you're still here with us, hang out for the waivers.
All right, let's get right to it, B.
Yeah, we're gonna start off with the QBs like we always do. And we're just gonna run through all these. All right.
You think we should start at lower percentage and then just pick and choose so we don't, because sometimes the lower percentage guys are the ones that are the streaming ones and they end up being like deeper into the video. You know what I mean?
I mean, on QBs,
it's pretty thin.
I mean, we're only gonna have a couple anyways.
Yeah, bust it.
All right. There we go. Here we go. What up? What up? Fantasy Football Hustler back at you.
Was handing steaming Willie Beeman in this thing.
Oh, man. Hold it up.
Yeah, what's that thing, man?
My name is Willie. I keep the ladies creaming and all
Feel the wind.
Let's get into these QB waivers here. If you're watching this on a replay, make sure you smash that subscribe button.
Cue the wind.
Oh, man. Here we go. Let's see. We're getting into the QBs. And, yeah, like Bogey said, let's try to find some low percentage guys first. I don't know if it gets any lower than Desmond Ridder and 5% going up against those damn Washington Commandos who just love to give up points to the QBs. And he's at home. I don't like him on the road, but he's at home.
Pick him up. You got to have the hair trigger on that one.
Pick him up.
That's an if you dare for sure. Let me see. Bryce Young, him and Josh Dobbs. Those are the next like lowest guys here with the 10 and 20% rostered. Bryce Young going up against Miami in Miami. I don't know. Young guy. We think he's going to go party in Miami. That makes a little bit of a difference if he goes and parties in Miami.
I'll say this. He's a Bama kid. They're very disciplined. Saban's guys are pretty disciplined, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't play around. At least you would hope so. That's why Belichick likes those guys. You know what I mean?
What about Jimmy G in a revenge narrative versus the New England Patriots, and they're at home?
I like that he's at home because I would say if he's on the road, but you know Jimmy's undefeated in New England actually. Yeah, because the couple times that the Niners went in there, it was on the road.
I think that a lot of people might be going for someone like the Wolf. I'm going to say no versus Atlanta. He's only 33% rostered, and I know he had a really huge game. I think I'm going to give that one the thumbs down this week.
I'm okay with it if you're in a bind because the Sam the Wolf Howell, he's going to garbage time his way into it. And if in the off chance that they're winning that game, it's probably because of what he's doing. And love Logan Thomas in this matchup. And if you know what I'm saying, if there's something they can exploit, they're gonna find it. You know what I mean? And if not, garbage time.
And then what about your boy Baker? Only 19% rostered, so he had to be dropped in a bunch of places because of the bye.
Yep, going up against
Detroit.
Going up against Detroit. Banged up in their secondary. You know, and they just gave up a ton of garbage time points to Bryce Young. And this game is actually going to be a great game. This game could shoot out right here. And then they're in Detroit.
They are in Tampa.
They're in Tampa. Okay, so yeah, you might get a road golfle. So that you know what I mean. Yeah, that defense could be on the field a lot because of it. So that helps your Baker stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, that means Baker's on the field.
Yeah. So the number one for me this week, I mean, I'm just going to attach it to Desmond Ridder for how good he looked this past week, but really how bad the Commandos have looked. Each of the last 3 weeks, they've given up at least a top 7 finish.
And they're a real feisty offense, so it keeps the opposing teams like having to be in this thing. You know what I mean?
It's ugly with Ritter, but there might not be a lot of people available. I guess the one good thing, you only got 2 teams on bye. So
yeah, and it's not like anyone's like, oh no, I don't have Kenny Pickett. You know what I mean? This could be for you Jordan Love guys that might even be finding something nice to pivot to for the future. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you might want to hold on to some of these guys, like a Ritter or a Sam the Wolf Howell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because these guys are really just about depth anyways, I feel like, for most teams. And if you play in a super flex league, I mean, none of those guys are really available anyways. So,
Josh, what about a Josh Dobbs?
Let me see.
Is his percentage still like low? Because I know there was some people might have streamed him last week, so he might.
Yeah, and I mentioned him when we mentioned Bryce Young. So he's
okay. I missed that.
Rostered going up against the Rams.
Yep, not mad at that.
But yeah, those might be the only type of guys that you can go get in these single QBs, anyways. Yeah. So make your moves if you got to, and I know QBs don't have to make a lot of moves this week, but make sure you go check out all the other waiver wire positional videos because we're breaking down every single position. Go subscribe if you haven't on YouTube. Go subscribe to the audio version of the podcast, Fantasy Football Hustler, and we're about to get into the RB waivers, and here we go.
Blackout.
What up, Fantasy Football Hustler, back at you.
What's happening? It's the Rocket Ishmael.
Yeah. Subscribe if it is your first time here. We are talking running backs. We are talking waivers.
My bad. I thought we were on receivers. That's why I said the Rocket. Damn it. Take 2.
We're talking running backs. We are talking. Did I say wide receivers? Or I said running backs. My bad.
I think you might have said wide receivers.
Okay.
I'm high as fuck.
Yeah, same. We're not low. But how about we got to start off with the lowest hanging fruit out of everybody right now? Emari Demercado. Emari. James Conner, they say, is going to miss multiple weeks with that knee injury. Demercado is only 4% rostered versus the Rams. Let's see who the next games. Rams, Seahawks, Baltimore. Not the best games, but he's really the only game in town.
Yeah, and the offense is actually an offense that can move and groove. They get into scoring positions. They got a defense that gets them short fields on turnovers here and there. So he's probably at the top, quote unquote, right?
Yeah, I feel like he's got to be the number 1 because he should be available. I mean, it's only 4% rostered here on Yahoo.
Yeah,
it just depends on how deep of a league you play in, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and saying pretty much every redraft league he's available.
Okay, now. Hit me with my man Jaleel White McLaughlin. Let's see if we jumped him up last week. Where's he at?
He had to have jumped up.
Mm-hmm.
Where is he?
Just in case he done fell through the cracks and the crevices of last week's waiver cycle in your league, he might be the guy I put up over this kid.
59%. So he still cracks the list just barely.
If he happens to be available, that's the guy I would put over right now.
Yeah. He's probably gone, but go check. Might as well, right? You got to do your due diligence and go check. And let's see. I know Donta Foreman is going to be one of those guys that people are going to want to go pick up, 7% rostered. I'll probably just leave him alone. Like, he's that trash that he was a healthy scratch. Like, I know he's coming into work.
It's not that he is that trash. I think this first, it was I read something that he was dealing with some kind of injury, right? And then instead of putting him on the pup, they were just going to healthy scratch him until he was good.
Never heard that part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and see, that was dope is because, man, shout out to my guy, my Bears, Blues, and the Bros guys. It's my Chicago guys. You know what I mean? They give me this little local shit that they be talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like he would be third on my list for sure because we haven't. Okay, I will say Luke Musgrave is the only player to get a concussion and get cleared to play the next game. But it might be because it was a Thursday night game and they happened to play last night on Monday. That gave him a complete 10 days before he had that game, right?
Yeah.
So if Roshan got concussed on the Thursday, so let's see if he plays. Because if he plays, he's the number one ad if he's available somehow. More than likely he's not. But I'm just saying that he'd be the guy.
I mean, Roshan's rostered in 41%.
Oh my God! See, he's got to be the guy. I would prioritize him because I think he has a high probability of clearing before this game Sunday. You know what I mean?
And going up against Minnesota, so we love that matchup.
Exactly. And that's why I even put Form in there, even for a one-off game. If I just got him for the one game and he got all of it, Form is he's a bad boy, bro. He's a big bruiser and he has some good hands, decent. You know what I mean?
And let's see, Antonio Gibson, 49% rostered. I don't like it that much. Just depends on how desperate you actually are here. And let's see, Jeff Wilson. There we go, 27% rostered.
Damn, the further and further we go down, I'm like, man, we might need to jump him up, bro. Like, I would rather have Jeff Wilson than the Arizona guy.
You think? Okay, yeah, for sure. I mean, if A-Chain's not there, I mean, it's going to be a healthy split of him and Mostert, and we know that Jeff Wilson always gets like the goal line work.
What? Okay, this is like preemptive. It's kind of spontaneous right here. Can you look up where Miami is in total rushing production right now as it stands?
What do you mean total rushing production?
Like you know how you could look at what they're doing on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah. And like in relation to where they at in the league. You know what I mean? Like, are they top 5? Are they top 10? I think they're up there. Like, I'm using this to make a point. I just want to see where they're at, because if they're up there, bro, you want to have the running back attached to that offense. You know, it goes back to what I said when we did the dynasty videos and we were talking about Achane. You know what I mean? I was like, I would just want to have him because he was going late, the 1-2 turnaround in the rookie drafts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying because he's just attached to that offense. Like, you have two guys that take.
So if we're talking just yards, they have the most rushing yards in the league. If we're talking rushing TDs, they have the most rushing TDs.
So, then they're number one. I think I would want Jeff Wilson right now with fucking Achane potentially missing for sure missing a couple weeks, potentially going on the IR. Damn, this is a good week kind of for running backs in the waiver, bro. I would take. I would JWJ would be the one, bro.
Yeah, let's say. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, the only news here that we got is that they're gonna put him on the 21-day practice.
Yep. And like I think Salvan Ahmed, I don't know what his status is, but he ain't shit.
What up, Infinite Possibilities?
What up, Infinite? Long time.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, there's a lot. Yeah, Jeff Wilson Jr., Roshan, if he's somehow available. I mean, only 41% rostered. DeMarcado, Donta Foreman, and who else? And Jaleel McLaughlin, if he is still there, 59% rostered. Probably not, but go check it out. That's a lot. That is a lot of good running backs. I mean, that's at least 5 right there. I mean, I know every single one's not going to be readily available, but that's 5 solid options.
Yeah,
60%.
All
right. Well, there we go. There's the running backs. Knocked it out. Now we're going to get to wide receivers next. And if it's your first time here and you found this on the replay, smash that subscribe button. And here we go. Let's get to these wide receivers.
And we're coming in hot.
What up? What up? Fantasy Football Hustler back at ya.
What up? It's CJ Uzmanzada.
Yeah. Let's go. All right. Let me see. And Tino said, did Claypool get any snaps? Claypool did not play.
He just got traded to the team, and I feel like remember, you know what the Bears said about him? Do you remember that blurb? It was said that he didn't go, he was late to the fucking, like, the meetings all the time and, like, learning the offense. He was slow. This is a very intricate offense. And the play caller and designer is a fucking Yale grad. I'm pretty sure Claypool's gonna come on really slow, or they're gonna simplify shit for him, and then that would entail that he's in very little packages.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Nice. Tino said, "I am Torrey Holt."
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into these wide receiver waiver pickups here, and let's see. We get into this area where we got so Josh Palmer, 53% rostered. I mean, if he's there, definitely going and taking a look versus the Cowboys. Tyler Boyd, 48% rostered. Where's Irwin's ass at? Irwin,
yeah, I was about to say.
Irwin was eating into everything, Boyd.
But like I said last week, I said Boyd's gonna stay doing what Boyd does, and in place of Higgins, they're gonna put my man. He got Win in his name. He has IR and Win in his name.
Good targets. I mean, no. Except for week 1, no less than 7 targets any of the last 4 games, just not really turning into much.
But my thing is, though, he was finally installed into the game plan last week, because there was, they had no Higgins at practice, obviously. I mean, limited. That was all Fugazi, though. You know what I mean?
Definitely some low-hanging fruit is going to be KJ Osborne, right? I mean, 9 targets this past game. He drops a lot of balls. That's the one thing that makes me nervous. But anyone with Jefferson, I mean, obviously you're looking for him or Addison. Let me see.
He's going off on the rails of the crazy train.
Yeah,
Osborne.
And you ain't getting no Addison. I mean, he's 88% rostered. So, I mean, the likelihood that he's available in your league is slim to none. So, Osborne's really the only guy that you can get to try to attach yourself to. Let's go see. Who would be?
I think KJ Osborne's on a touchdown streak against the Bears too. I want to say the last 2 or 3 games straight, he's scored a touchdown on him.
And then Brandon Powell, I think he would be the next man up.
Or he might have had 2 out of the last 3 games. I forget. I remember I was looking that up. I like finding cool stuff to say. Shit that has nothing to do with nothing, makes you feel good about the start. Because, all of a sudden, the Bears started playing hella zone last week. That's going to suck.
Brandon Powell, 0% rostered. He would be the next man up. He would be the guy who turns into the number 3.
Yeah, I don't think that's like a DFS play.
I mean, that's if you're diving amongst the turds of this. Because
what's his name again?
Brandon Powell.
Yeah, because I'm in a 32-team league. I got to make sure I remember these names.
Oh yeah, see, important. That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
You know what's up with Quentin Johnston? I feel like people is he in the 50s at least? Is he worth?
There's no way he's available.
Right? There's too much hype on him. He was a rookie, so I'm just
Yeah, but let's just for the sake, let's check. Oh no, 33% roster.
People done dropped him over the bye week. That's why I figured we might need to throw his name in there too, because now coming off a bye week, you know what I'm saying, with no Mike 2 weeks, they're planning with no Mike Williams. He's gonna be involved more.
Yeah.
And speaking of KJ Osborne dropping the ball, can Quentin Johnston catch the ball for real? I feel like people he drops all the time. This guy hasn't even caught things yet. Can he catch something? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I really like Josh Downs as a pickup as well, as long as it's the Minshew to Ginsu.
And it is going to be him.
6 for 6 for 97 yards. He was looking for him off.
Look at the 2 big games that Josh Downs had. It was both with my man the Ginsu. And here's the thing. I'm upset if your league has Josh Downs and you watch this show, because I've been telling motherfuckers since that game to go. You got to go grab that kid.
He's only 9% rostered. He's available. I mean,
very upset with you guys.
Places. He's never played less than 70%, so they're running a lot of 3 wide receiver sets out there.
No, not even though. Or does it show that? Because I'm saying
Alec Pierce is almost getting 100%.
Okay, yeah, because he could block.
Downs getting 70%.
Yeah, because Alec Pierce, that's what he's renowned for, bro. He could hella block, bro. Okay, that makes sense. I was say they do run a bunch of 12.
Getting Josh Downs has got double the targets for the season that Alec Pierce has. So Alec Pierce is really being used as a blocker.
Out there. He's a big corn-fed white boy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So as far as top 2 target guys, it's Pittman and Downs.
Yeah, and what do you know? Downs is the guy that this regime drafted, and then Pittman's just the clear one that was there. So it's really concentrated to them, and they sprinkle in the tight end here and there.
Shout out to Bakes a lot. What up, bro?
What up, Bakes?
All right, let's see. Who else? Man, Brandon Cooks has been such a disappointment. Just seeing him how he's still 47% rostered. It's ugly. Rashee Rice, 39% rostered. Going up against Denver. I mean, I don't know. I don't think he's going to get the Patrick Surtain like treatment at all.
Shit, they might even have Surtain on Kelsey for real, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? That won't be the first time we've seen, defensive coordinators, approach them like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And let's see who else we got. Oh, man.
Rashee Rice for real, though. Like, I hate saying this about a Chiefs receiver, though, but that would be one I kind of prioritize because that's one that probably should be – it's not available in your leagues. But, like, if he's there, like, I would snatch him up over.
Sky Moore's still rostered more than Rashee Rice.
Yeah, it's crazy.
A couple percentage points, but
I can't find myself to drop him. That's why.
You know who I think is going to continue his streak of targets is going to be Curtis Samuel. Because AJ Terrell is not going to be on him. And like it's every time there's like a tough cornerback matchup, it's like they get Samuel involved just in a lot of different ways. And 15 targets over each of the last 2 games. And I mean, she's going to be getting something similar like that, 7-8 targets again. And only 18% rostered.
It's like he's an extension of the run as well. Talking about Curtis Samuel, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, they use him kind of like a scat back too. And you got to remember, this was Ron Rivera's. This is what's annoying, Zach, because this has been Ron Rivera's guy since Carolina because they drafted him to Carolina, then brought him over to fucking thing. And they kept him on. Remember, he missed almost an entire year because of a hamstring and then the majority of the next. And then now this is this year. And they're using like a fucking scat back. Like he's actually, for all your Antonio Gibson truthers, that's who hurt Antonio Gibson this year so far. Because he's getting all the little mini targets close to the line of scrimmage. And then even when they're down on the goal line, they let him vulture B-Rob and all the motherfuckers with the rushing touchdowns. It's kind of crazy. You can tell I'm really annoyed by that. Because I have hella Curtis Samuel and I'll never start him.
And
Curtis Samuel.
Josh Reynolds, if Amon-Ra just doesn't play or whatever again, I mean he's only 41% rostered, and Jameson Williams, like it was weird the way that they were using him.
Count. They said he was going to be on a real.
Yeah, but even then, like it was they only
count.
But not just that. They only gave him the ball like at the line of scrimmage, pretty much. Like they didn't let him run any routes or anything.
It's like they're telling us that he can't even run down the field right now.
I mean, they were they're bubble wrapping him, and not letting him run routes. Or
okay,
maybe they thought that was a good play, but I don't know. They did it like 3 times, 4 times, failed every time.
I'm a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
He had a hamstring, like let's say 2 weeks before the year started. But he had the suspension, so he wasn't finna be able to utilize the team trainers and facilities, all that shit to rehab. So whatever rehab he did on his own was supposed to be for 6 weeks. They cut his shit down to 4? He comes back week 5. Theoretically, that's still too early, maybe coming back from that hamstring. If it was supposed to be a 6-week thing, which I'm a doctor, hamstrings are 4 to 6. Maybe it was the latter. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're seeing. Straight decoy. I would even look out for him being dropped for all we fucking know. What about Josh Reynolds too? That might even be a guy we need to check his percentage because he, you know what I'm saying? He, have butt buddies with Jared Goffel, roomies and shit, going all the way back to the Rams type of shit.
Yeah, and I mean it was pretty ugly for him. I mean, he only had 5 targets. I mean, that's the lowest of the season. 4 receptions, 76 yards, and a touchdown. So I mean, he held it down. As far as like overall production,
I do like this matchup. It's exploitable. The Tampa Bay secondary with just decoy receivers. Period.
Here's the cause to pause. Just listen to all 4 of these before you comment.
Okay.
Josh Reynolds, 47%. Marvin Jones, 58%. Khalif Raymond, 48%. Jameson Williams, 47%. So how do they have like a 4-man rotation out there?
That's what they. So that's funny. It's like they all played their similar roles when St. Brown's there, only St. Brown was not there.
Yeah, so they had like one and a half other people to like compensate
exactly
for Amon-Ra not being there because Antoine Green, he got 18%. Dylan Drummond, he got 8%.
And did it not resort to, I think, the biggest fantasy outing for Jared Goffel this year? It's ironic. And it was the Panthers.
Yeah, pretty
Panthers
crazy.
are ass juice.
Pretty crazy how it all worked out. And it was Monty who had the most targets anyways out of everybody. He had 6.
Dial that up some more, Goffel.
Yeah, so especially I hope Amon-Ra is coming back, but we have no idea.
I'm moving. I'm gonna say like what I said earlier on the stream. I'm just moving like I'm not gonna have them this week.
Yeah,
they're a team that has bigger aspirations than ever, so they could preserve him, and I'm just trying to like grasp that fact. So because I'm never gonna be okay with it, you know. But yeah, I'm trying to get comfortable with the idea we might be missing him for a while because they're trying to win for real. You know what I mean?
And here's going to be the last person that I'm going to mention. Mingo, only 8% rostered. I mean, if he's going to be getting like 6 to 8 targets like a game, it's solid enough to be at least like on your bench and in consideration of potential, starts based on the matchups. And Miami, I mean, shit, they should be in garbage time like from, quarter 1. Garbage time for me is when they go down by like anywhere close to 21 points.
Who's that? That's Mingo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. Okay, look at this.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get ugly real quick.
Uh-oh, let's get ugly.
Okay. We're going to get ugly. Hold on, but first I got to remember who it was.
Yes, Sleeper did send out a notification that Austin Eckler went from questionable to out, but now he's questionable again. So don't worry about that.
Well, damn it! Now I forgot what I was gonna say.
Damn it, Dennis! Why are you interrupting?
Hold on, it was gonna be a rookie.
Okay.
Okay, rewind back. Who's the last you said? Mingo. Who's the one you said before that?
Before Mingo, it was.
Okay, I got it. I remember. All right, ready? We're getting really ugly. Give me Trey Palmer.
Trey Palmer.
Yeah.
Hey, BS Barbarian's in the house. What up, homie?
What up, big BS Barbarian?
We're about to do another dab of the wafer swirls here in a minute. All right. So, Trey Palmer. So, give it to me. They're going up against Detroit. They're off the bye, 0% rostered.
Mm-hmm. He got involved immediately. He was already involved. But check him out. Check his snaps out. Okay.
Let's see.
Like he just becomes interesting because I know we're not finna have no Mike Evans.
75% snaps last week. Last week, but week 4.
Yeah, let's go. Mike Evans left that game early too, right?
Yeah, him and Godwin played same amount of snaps.
Mm-hmm.
Tompkins behind him.
Mm-hmm.
And then Raheem Jarrett, he was kind of like last man on the totem pole there. And Mike Evans, he played 37% of snaps that game. And he was an 80% snap guy before that.
Give me money.
Peace out, TB Sports. We'll catch you later, bro.
Peace out, TB.
All right. Well, there goes.
Right when we started talking about the Tampa Bay kid, huh?
So there we go. There is the wide receivers. We're going to very quickly touch on the tight end, just give a little poke. Yeah. Real quick, because there's not really too many like tight ends that you can grab, but
yeah, because it's not a lot to grab.
No, not at all.
Are we still talking tight ends?
Oh, we're talking tight ends, that's for sure. So let's go give tight ends a little poke. Here we go. What up? What up? Fantasy Football Hustler back at you.
What up? Tony Gonzalez in the house.
And Peacock said, pause to everything Hustler just said.
No, listen, I it was more funnier without a pause.
Oh, I know. It's just funny. You guys got to be the one to pause it. That's what it is. Yeah. I'm just lobbing you guys up, these perfect alley-oops, here.
We got to get a pause count. Ding.
All right, we're jumping in there. And Gustavo, he said Laporta is the man. I wish he could get more targets. Like that's one thing that and I don't even wish that.
I mean,
I want to see him get more targets for my Laporta shares.
He's a good tight end in reality. You know what I mean? So he's out there blocking and then he never leaves the field. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Here we go. I mean, here's where we start with. This is the number one pickup because we've been telling you about him forever. And come on, man, it's Logan Thomas. Like versus Chicago. 11 targets, 9 receptions, 77 yards, and a touchdown. Going up against Atlanta, that is literally one of the best matchups for tight ends. So, like, come on, man, just do the due diligence. Nobody else even matters because Logan Thomas is 16% rostered. So that means in a hell of a lot of leagues, he's available.
Ain't been told you.
We've been talking about
the old man Logan. QB converted to tight end.
And look at this. It's so funny. Logan Thomas, 16% rostered. Jake Ferguson, 75% rostered. I was going to say it, man. Why are you guys still holding him? But
it's the Cowboy effect.
He's only had one game over where he got double-digit points. So this is just my Jake Ferguson little disclaimer. Don't ask me if you should start him. It's always no. It's always the other guy.
Somebody will buy Ferguson off a motherfucker too.
I mean, here's if you're really desperate, Zach Ertz. I mean, he hasn't even gotten double.
I don't think it's desperate. He got double-digit targets though a couple times.
Yeah, well, twice, but
yeah, a couple.
Two out of his last 3 games, he's had 2 and 4 targets as well. Like, luckily, he got a touchdown. He only had 8 points this past week with a touchdown. It's not really that good, but there's a lot of tight end woes out there. I know people with the tight end, they feel like they just need to switch it up no matter what. Go ahead and switch it up if you feel like you need to. I think people are going to switch it up to Dalton Schultz, but it's going to be a bad game for him against New Orleans. They're like, let me see. I think they're giving up like the second least amount of points to tight ends.
Here's the thing too. With Dalton Schultz, for me, if you play Dalton Schultz, it's the floor of targets he's been getting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, just for this past week, that's what sucks because 2 weeks before that, he's got 3 and 3 in a row, and I think a lot of people quit on him.
But didn't he have like the 7 and 7 or whatever the first couple weeks?
4 and 7, whereas
4 and 7. There you go.
And even that first week, he had 4 targets, 2 receptions, 4 yards. It wasn't the best.
Yeah, so if you average him, he has a Laporta target market share.
Nah, he's got even
getting like 5 targets a game, basically.
Nah, I don't even think that.
I'm just saying, do the average right there. The 7 brings it up to 5.
Yeah, you're right. The 10, the 10, yeah, the 10 is what.
The 10, I mean, yeah. The 10 and the 7 brings it up.
Peacock said Tank Dell misses, and then Mechie Schultz gets an uptick in targets. And let's see if it's an uptick or as long as he stays the same at the 10. I think
it's just because look at the depth that they have too, bro. Like, are they gonna Peacock? Are they gonna? Well, I guess we'll say that for the huddle. You know what I mean? Because it's like, damn, like who would they bring up if there is no Mechie and Tank Dell and it's just Robert Woods time and fucking and obviously Nico. Nico, you're the fucking man. I don't care if you had a down game. You're the fucking man. We told people it was going to be AJ Terrell time anyway. What did Nico do last week? I don't want to get off the rails.
Yeah, nothing. Not a lot. Let's see who else we got here. Conklin. I mean, you could do a lot worse. He's been either getting 5 or 6 targets over the last couple weeks, but no touchdowns. Really just safe floor targets. Pretty ugly either way.
Yeah, it's a CJ Secret of the Uzuma is actually the one that got the damn touchdown in the last couple of weeks.
Let me see. And
when it's ugly, it's ugly though, man.
Dennis said, "Hush, you're the Reaper this week." A-Chain went down because of that note in your pocket last week. He said, "I don't mean to put that on you, but I can't think of any other reason."
It's a callback from the movie, though.
Yeah,
on draft day.
A-Chain, no matter what, it's just the way it goes.
Well, I mean, that's also a callback to you know what I mean, when he put up that fucking 70-point outing, right, in the regular PPR, right? Everyone's like, "Oh shit, do I fuck you?" Or he put it like a 51 or whatever in a regular PPR. He was like, "Oh shit," I don't want to hear any A-Chain questions. I'm never. Who am I to tell someone to not start this motherfucker after? And then he goes up and he doubles back and he does it again, basically, right? And they're like, okay, I better not goddamn get no fucking A-chain, fucking. And then if you're asking A-chain trades, it better be fucking A-chain for the goddamn world. And I was promoting that, so it's like, and I feel like you can still move them if a person is convinced he's only gonna miss a few weeks.
Yeah. And let's see, Jonnu, not the best matchup versus Washington, but I mean the targets that he's been getting, he's got no less than 6 targets over the last 4 games. Like, just even in these bad matchups, I'm still rolling him because I think the bad matchups are more going to be about Kyle Pitts than is going to be about him, because either way, he's never going to be getting the brunt of the defense being like the number 2 tight end.
They don't do 3 wide receiver sets. They like to do 12 personnel, and basically the 3 targets are London, fucking Jonnu, and Pitts, outside of the Bijan, obviously. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The worst thing about Jonnu is this past week that he played 64% snaps. Like, that's the worst thing about him. But the only pass catcher that played more percentage of snaps than him was Drake London. He played more snaps than any other wide receiver. Kyle Pitts played more snaps than any of the wide receivers outside of London as well. So yeah, there go. That it's like it's 12 personnel or bust over there for them.
I like that Desmond Ritter's coming through right now. Like, show, you know what I mean? At least hopefully he can continue it, because he was a late round acquisition in a lot of my super flex. I got him as a 3rd or a 4th.
I mean, does it not make it better for him that Jonnu is the way that he is? Like, Jonnu is extending hella drives for them.
I mean, for those that don't know, the quick little Jonnu context, that he was drafted to Tennessee, and Arthur Smith was the tight ends coach before he became the offensive coordinator under, after Matt LaFleur left. And like, you know, they wanted to retain Jonnu, but he played well enough to go get a bag elsewhere, and he got it with New England. Basically does nothing there, and he just comes back to the nest. Only this time Arthur Smith is with Atlanta. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, Peacock. We definitely talked about the home road splits for Ritter, and they're at home this week. So that's the one thing that we're banking on this week, is at least they are at home versus the Commandos.
They're in the crib.
All right. So we're done with that. Knock that out of the park. All right, let's wrap this tight end up. We'll do just like a quick little Q&A session. If anybody has any Q&A, while I figure out the 5 teams for team defense. So if it is your first time here, smash that subscribe button, and everybody else just hang out with us, because we're not going anywhere.
Who Houston got this week?
I don't know who Houston has this week. Let's see.
Saints.
All right, let's see here.
Let me see who else.
So as of right now, so the Giants have been giving up like the most points to the, but Buffalo's not like a readily available like type of team either.
Then there's Washington, who's playing Washington.
So Bears also, but Washington and the Bears both, they're 2 and 3. Atlanta, I feel like Atlanta is going to be that pickup for me. That's going to be the sneaky pickup, because there's no way that they're like crazy rostered.
And they're playing
who?
Atlanta's playing
Washington.
Oh yeah. That's right. Okay, yeah. Because I was like, that's I said, who's playing Washington?
Yeah,
Atlanta.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's get some. Oh, that secondary is about to go hamburger.
Okay, so here's another one, and I mean, I guess even Washington on the other side, because Atlanta, I mean, they haven't been the best. I've been giving up points, so maybe those are one of those ones where you can.
Yeah, Ritter likes to hold the ball a lot. He be trying to throw some picks, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, you can get Dane. Oh, well, I guess Washington's 65% roster. That's what's crazy. Because everybody picked him up.
Okay, listen to this. Tomorrow, watch them get dropped.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They're going to get hella dropped.
Yeah, for sure.
This is all those fools who listened to the fantasy flock and went and picked up Washington last week. So let me see. So hold on. Let's see. So and then, man, Las Vegas. versus the Patriots. Patriots are so bad.
That we don't even really got to laugh on that one. They got Max Crosby. They got 2 dope ass linebackers, and they got like a feisty little secondary that like doesn't like too much after the catch, at least, you know, because that shows up in, you know, in fantasy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at that because you know what though? Should have put in the QBs for Superflex. Just maybe the sneaky ad is the Bailey Zappi this week.
Yeah.
But so because if it's that, then I'd be a little weary of, you know, because he actually played very well last year in place of Mac Jones, and I think we might see that switch again. Nonetheless, that's an offensive line that's not going to be able to handle a Max Crosby and them. I'm okay with the Raiders.
Yeah, and Houston versus New Orleans. And that's still like a solid pickup. That would be like the if you dare, but they're still only 26% rostered. So they went crazy jump though. It was like 4% last week to like 26% or whatever. That was a crazy jump. Glad people watched the show and you listened.
It sucks because like
you're all right, not the best anyway.
In reality, the eye test will tell you that Derek Carr sucks.
What up, Derek?
What up, Derek? But the way Derek Carr sucks, bro. Pause. The way he sucks, bro, is that he just, you know what I mean? It's everything's short, everything's like safe. You know what I mean? He throws the ball away, like, you know what I mean? It's when he, you know, because he hasn't been stretching the field as much in the past couple games, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where you know what I mean? That's where, like, you know what I mean, he would make mistakes because he's gonna get pressured and hit up front. You know what I mean? Make mistakes, bro.
Yeah, there's a lot of if you dares this week because, like, I'm putting the Vegas in the if you dare. Minnesota's gonna be in the if you dare. The Rams should be in the if you dare.
Who the Rams got?
The Cardinals.
Yeah, that's not a bad stream.
Not amazing either, though. Let's see. What about where?
I mean, he took a lot of he took a good amount of sacks and whatnot and a couple turnovers. My man Josh Dobbs.
That's all there is if you dares. I mean, Chicago. And if you dare, right there. Minnesota gives up crazy points and no Justin Jefferson now. Yeah, but that's what sucks.
I got one. If you dare, Chargers on a Monday.
Let's see. Yes, that's what
you play the Cowboys, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Cowboys have been so up and down.
I'm just saying, if you dare, you know, then it sucks that they're in a bounce back spot here, right? The Cowboys.
Yeah.
But man, this team's coming off a bye week, like, you know what I mean? About to have Thule and Bosa on this guy, bro.
All the good teams have good matchups, so it's tough to. Gustavo says Herbert playing this week. He better be. And Derek said, but I got to hold on to him now because I won't get his value now. But remember, Huss, I called this. What part? What'd you say?
The H.
Oh, he said I almost got rid of HN at full value. He said should have done it.
I mean, listen, man, you got to play the stock market. I'm all about it, bro. I told people, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's not like I tell people because in fear of this. I even told people, like, I would move a chain to get, and I would have to have a running back in return plus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Giving up running backs, period, right now, just remove the name. If they're a starting running back or a running back that's viable in fantasy at all, you know what I mean? They're worth more. You know what I'm saying? Because of the scarcity right now and the volatility.
Yeah.
I'm in a shitload of leagues where I have to only start 2 running backs, and I really only have 2 good ones. And then the other ones are all just makeshift guys I'm going to have to plug in at one point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're going to have to thug it out.
Yeah, so this is going to be the ATL Houston show. And then let's see. Man, there's so many if you dares here.
I like Detroit. Detroit tends, unless everyone's trying to grab them.
Yeah. Rostered.
Okay, yeah, because I'll say after that Green Bay game.
Yeah, I feel like so. Tennessee versus Baltimore. Baltimore gives up. Shit. It's got no weapons. They give up sacks. Might be some Lamar interceptions. Who knows? But yeah, you know what we're gonna go with. LV. Tennessee. All right. And let me see. And then who you gonna shout anybody out on this one?
It was Atlanta was the one I was gonna shoot for. It was basically whoever's playing Washington was my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty cut and dry with it. And on the flip side, I love that Sam the Wolf House still this week. So I don't give a fuck. It's fantasy.
Yeah.
Growing in.
All right. And let's see.
I think people get hung up on like, which defense can I stream, and then they're not going to get any points scored on them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't play like that. Give me the fucking defense that's in a better chance to get me points, not prevent them from being scored. And I don't just want the 10 points they give you. And fuck team defense, by the way. We're supposed to start the video with that. What the fuck?
I got my fuck team defense shirt on.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just I know speak for itself. But like for the audio guys, they ain't seeing that. You know?
That's true. I think we get some linemen back this week. I hope so, man. Shit, it's been bad over there.
Oh yeah, in Baltimore.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they got. Do they finally got Stanley coming back? Shit, they need him bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And their center too. Their center. Oh, he came back last week? The center.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's get into the defenses. Here we go. What up? What up? Fantasy Football Hustler back at ya.
What's happening? Bill Bogard in this thing.
Yeah. And we're talking about some team defenses for you crazy assholes who play with team defense.
Are you that high? Oh, I'm that high. We didn't just do the whole team defense video. We were prepping for it. God damn it. Take two.
Oh, man. All right.
That high.
We got 5 team defenses that you can pick up and stream this week. All these defenses are under 60% rostered. And get out of your team defense.
And fuck team defense.
Get into some leagues with IDP. It's way more fun, trust me. But
7, 8, 9, the motherfuckers, man. Let's go.
But we are here for the people. Like we were the guys last week telling you not to pick up Washington, even though there were some crazy guys who were saying go pick them up and start them. Yeah, go look. We're hitting every single week on these. And yeah, Miami was the big pickup last week, and they jumped from, I think, 40% rostered to like 85% rostered.
Mm-hmm.
Insane. And they were the one who hit double digits. This team, we did not recommend them last week, but in this matchup, we kind of have to because they're going up against Washington. It's the Atlanta Falcons. Go ahead, Bogey. I'll let you get in your word.
Oh, man, no, it's just, anybody against Sam the Wolf Howe, and Atlanta happens to be a very good defense. So, boom, there it is. That's pretty cut and dry. You want turnovers, you want sacks. Sam the Wolf Howe leads the league in taking sacks to the ass. Big pause.
Washington, before this week, was giving up the 3rd most points to team defense, and we know what kind of, shellacking Chicago put on them. So, yeah, they might even be higher than that as of right now. The second team that I'm going for, these are the teams that I will pick up with confidence and start, is the Houston Texans, 26% rostered right now, going up against New Orleans. New Orleans has been real shaky. Houston should have did a little bit better than they did versus Atlanta last week on the road. Ritter kind of handles biz on the road, but now they're at home going up against the Saints and that ugly-looking Derek Carr.
I mean, he has mascara on. Boss.
You can tell when he cries.
He's still ugly.
You're running.
You can't put mascara and lipstick on a pig. It's still a pig.
Can't shine doo-doo, baby. And I think the Houston Texans at home right before their bye week feel like
Derek Carr's a pig. That's what I'm gonna call him from now on. He does seem like a guy that'll look out the window and call the cops, huh? There's these guys next door.
Good, yeah. Peacock.
No partying. It's 10:01.
He said that they dropped like 2 Ritter picks besides the one they got for sure. They definitely should have did better than they did last week. Yeah.
Come on.
That's why we go pick them up right now, because they went from 4% rostered to 26% rostered. And that's going to be on the move. All right, now we are in the If You Dare section now. Now is if you are a little bit desperate, and we're going to teams that are rostered in under 10%. All 3 of these teams are rostered in under 10% of leagues. That is on Yahoo. First one here is going to be the Las Vegas Raiders, the Max Crosby-led Raiders versus Mac Jones. Who? Mac Jones. He loves taking sacks.
Yeah. He sucks right now. Bad.
Raiders are only 3% rostered, and before this week started, New England's giving up the 5th most points to team defense, and we know how this past week turned out with them, so they might even be moving higher on that list after this week.
It's not a good list to be on.
But this, I feel like this is the best one out of the If You Dare. Now, Tennessee, they're going over there where they're in London or they're in Germany, whatever the hell they're at. They got the early game.
Somebody put it in the chat. Where are they at? I know they're in another hemisphere or another country.
Yeah, because they got the 6:30 game.
Another hemisphere, actually.
6:30 game, West Coast time. And Tennessee's just been like solid at like bending, not breaking. And they got good pass rusher. They got a solid secondary. And Lamar, he's been kind of shaky. He's had some good games. He's had some bad games. This is why they're in the If You Dare section. I think it's just a solid matchup for an okay defense.
Maybe their biorhythms are off.
Their biorhythms got to be off.
The biorhythms.
Now,
hey, BS Barbarian, if you're still in the chat, he travels all the time from time zone to time zone, country to country. Maybe he'll tell us the biorhythms for real. Like when you go from one place being adjusted and you go to another, is to take time to adjust for real. Because now these are athletes playing. You know what I mean?
Now this would be the super If You Dare. And really, I guess this is more about the beginning of the season than it has been as of recent. But can Justin Fields keep this up? Because Minnesota, whatever defense in a decent,
don't do it.
This is the If You Dare. And Brian Flores, we've seen him getting a little bit more creative over the last couple weeks. I mean, against Carolina, they may have been one of the top defenses that week, but it did take them, getting a fumble to the house. But been getting a lot more sacks than they did in the beginning of the season. And let's see, the pressure. Will Fields be able to handle that pressure? The defenses, they are very ugly this week. It's like all the teams that are like rostered in high percentages, like all those teams have like good matchups. So that means like a lot of these other teams.
All right, I got one.
Okay, let's hear it.
I had to save the ugliest one, but this one, it's ugly because it's the Browns versus my Niners. If You Dare.
Yeah, but
it's one of the best defenses in the game right now.
Yeah. Yeah, they're 29% rostered right now after that bye. But yeah, it's literally the worst matchup that you can have defense. So
if you're playing against me in a team defense league, start the Browns.
Yeah, see, I'd rather play a mediocre defense in a really good matchup than a really good defense.
It's gonna be a low scoring ass game, bro.
Yeah, you say that now just because you're trying to. We'll see. They've had 2
weeks.
You
making me laugh, bro. Hold on. You make me poorly executed.
2 weeks. 2 weeks to prepare. So they've had some time.
If you dare.
All right. But yeah, we are getting the hell out of here for you team defense. Crazy assholes. Make sure you get into an IDP league with us.
Quit those leagues.
And make sure you check out all the other positional waiver wire videos. We're about to get into the IDP section now. And we're gonna have a little fun. We're gonna
this is the meat and potatoes right here, bro.
Oh yeah, we're gonna start off with the DL. And here we go. Smash that subscribe button if you have not, peeps. What up? What up? Fantasy Football Hustler back at you.
What's happening? Bogard Scott free in this thing.
Yeah, another IDP video for you IDP freaks because it's all about that fuck team defense life. All right, here we go. Let's get into the DLs first. A lot of times we're putting guys on your radar just depending on how deep your IDP league is. And here's one that's crazy. I mean, we talked about him before. Epineza. Come on, man. And then now with Matt Milano out, he's just going to be playing more and more snaps. They got the Giants this next week, and then they got the Patriots the week after that. One of Epineza's things has been getting the sacks, and that's two teams that give up a lot of sacks.
Is he what is he, an outside linebacker?
Well, he's a defensive end traditionally.
Yeah.
But I just mean with guys like Milano out, it's like
okay.
Guys like him just
because Milano would rush the passion too though. So,
yeah, so guys like him are getting.
I got confused there for a second. I was like, wait, in the DLs.
No. Yeah, he's not taking over for Milano. He just every time Milano's been out, we just
no. I didn't say that, but I knew what you meant. I know you mean that. Okay.
Because the other big game that he went off was against Washington. I think that was the other game Milano got hurt in, but he had sacks in both those games. 2 versus the Jags, and then 1 versus Washington. Giants give up hella sacks. I bet he could get at least 1. Patriots give up hella sacks. I bet he can get at least 1 in each of these next couple games.
Man, we might as well just stay on the Bills while we're on the Bills.
And go to
Ed Oliver.
10% rostered, so a little bit more of a household name as of right now. But I mean, only 10% rostered, though. A lot of people don't even know who the hell he is. He's at double-digit points in every week.
Out there, just go check for him. And then while we're on it, Leonard Floyd.
Yeah,
I mean, come on,
3% rostered.
Come on,
his amazing matchup versus Danny Pesos. Like you can go get any of these 3.
It might be Tyrod Taylor in a revenge narrative.
Oh yeah.
It's probably gonna be Tyrod Taylor, but even better.
Yeah,
like you know what I mean. Just the backup. Let's go beat him up.
Tyrod Taylor is not going to outshine like either way with that line. So yeah, any of those 3 guys, all about it, all rostered in 10% or less. I can't believe Trey Hendrickson is still only rostered in 10%. I mean, he had a crazy stretch of 4 games with the Rams, Tennessee, Arizona. It was just a beauty.
All the shitty offensive lines, he just Swiss cheesing them.
And he killed it 18, 13, 28. So, I mean, he did what he was supposed to do. Now you go up against Seattle coming off the bye. I feel like you could do a lot worse than Trey Hendrickson if you're trying to switch it up. Montez Sweat, 16% rostered. We usually don't talk about guys over 20% rostered. He had 2 off. He's had 2 off games. And but he's had 3 boom games.
Coming off a sack and a half in his last one.
Every time he gets a sack, he gets at least 1.5, but those 2 games he did not get even 1.
Let's get it. There was a reason though, because those are good offensive lines that he was playing against. You know what I mean?
Yep. Dante Stills. So got to put this guy on the radar here. So he's their rookie and defensive tackle. We don't go for DTs too often, but he was out there wrecking shop, getting a lot of tackles, mixed in a sack, going up against the Rams. So I mean, decent matchup here. He's someone who, 0% rostered. So, I mean, even in these hustler leagues, I'm sure he's out there.
Nick motherfucking Bonito.
Yeah. Let me see.
I don't like him against the Chiefs this week, but man, he's been coming on strong. He's a sophomore. They pretty much got rid of Randy Gregory and all motherfuckers like that because they're like, listen, bro, we got guys here now for real. You know what I mean? Young guys, pause.
And we've talked about him before. Literally every one of the last 4 weeks, he's put up double-digit points 2 weeks ago versus 27 points. And that's when we told you to pick him up. And then he comes back out, throws down 2 sacks and 18 points. You can only play him in a linebacker spot on Yahoo, but we're always talking about sleep.
And we're only giving y'all the point score in Yahoo half the time too, because just for all you Yahoo heads too. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, because this is going to be missing the QB sacks.
Yep.
I mean, the QB hits over here. Now, how about Jalen Carter? Let's see who they got coming up. I mean, he's been hit, miss. And they got the Jets, though, so this could be a hit. Miami, I mean, might not be the best for him being interior because I know they lost like the tackle or whatever, but yeah, Jalen Carter, you could do a lot worse.
I mean, Jalen Carter's getting beastie because on the edges it's so nasty. You know, with Josh Sweat, and then the other side, that their rotation is nasty on the other side from Josh Sweat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's insane.
Marcus Davenport 2 weeks in a row with the sack and double-digit points in each of those two. He's got Chicago and San Fran over the next couple weeks, but he's finally coming on. I mean, shit, he missed the first couple games because of injury, and ever since he came back, double-digit points. So,
and I cut him in to make a bunch of roster space weeks ago. I'm totally unaware of this Davenport. I'm very disappointed that I cutted you.
Emmanuel Ogbah, if he's available, a little bit hit or miss. Same thing with Ngakwe, super hit or miss. But yeah, there's a handful of guys that are readily available.
Give me my man to Thule. He might have been dropped in the bye weeks. Give me my man Thule.
Yeah, let's see.
Playing against Dak, he's gonna take sacks to the ass. Whack Prescott.
0% rostered. I mean, the one thing that sucks about him, a lot of it comes down to Joey Bosa.
I mean, but still though, like, okay, in the last game with Joey Bosa, where was the? I mean, okay.
And Joey Bosa didn't play a lot.
Play the last game. That's right.
Well, no, not they didn't play. They didn't have him play a lot.
Okay, yeah. So
no, actually, no. Never mind. He did not play at all.
Yeah, he didn't play. I'll still like the Thule. Because he's the opposite. I mean, what's his name? I mean, obviously, you have Khalil Mack. Yeah, okay, I guess you're right there.
Yeah, he's always hurt though. And yeah, let him know. Peacock's have $14 tees on the website right now. Just added 4 new Halloween weed designs. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
Oh, get the Marlon Wayans, bro. As where he's rolled up and the tree is smoking him.
And Will, he said
in Scary Movie Part 1.
Don't worry, Will. We're gonna give some love to Van Ginkel. Yeah, I mean,
it's just that here's the thing with the Van Ginks is like you really gotta wait to see if Jalen Phillips is out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he had a good week though, but Yahoo, it sucks. They only have him listed as a linebacker.
Yeah, so we'll put him in the linebackers though.
But that's what we're going to do. We're going to get to the linebackers right here. So if you found this defensive line video for the IDP, make sure you go watch the linebacker video and the DB video as well. And make sure you go subscribe to the podcast, Fantasy Football Hustler. And let's get in to the LBs. What up? Fantasy Football Hustler back at ya.
Lawrence Taylor here. And kids, don't smoke crack.
Hell yeah. All right. We are getting into another IDP video for you IDP freaks. We're breaking down the linebackers. And Will Power, he said, fuck Yahoo and their positional rankings. They suck.
I'm saying that. They're whack.
Sleepers is whack.
Yeah, Sleepers is whack too.
NFL app is whack. They're all whack for IDP. None of them.
You know how many times I'm irritated when I'm starting a bunch of motherfuckers that are projected 0 and I'm looking at my overall projections. I'm like, and I'm trying, but I have the ballpark in my head because I know these motherfuckers are about the ball. Like Terrell Bernard, they finally caught up to him like a week ago, right?
Yeah.
They finally started fucking projecting him.
Yeah.
I mean, my man Henry Twatu of Atu, whatever it is, my man H2O out in Texas. I don't even know if they ain't ranked, projected him yet. You know what I mean?
You're still 0.
Stupids. Okay, let's get to it. Oh, we're on already.
Yeah, we're on it. Let's get to it. All right. So we're showing some last week's scores here, and we always look at guys who are under 20% rostered. And Spillane, I mean, we've been talking about him time and time again. There's only been one game that he's had with single-digit points. And yeah, killing it, man. 29 points. That ties his best game of the season so far. 4 out of 5 games in double-digit points. He's got the Patriots, and then they got Shy. So, yeah, pick him up.
Pick him up.
Spillane. You got some Spillaning to do.
This is crazy. Jermaine Pratt double-digit points in 4 out of 5 games. I mean, it's crazy that he's not more rostered than 11%, but pick him up.
Pick him up.
He's been doing solid going up against Seattle. They run a lot. Should be getting a lot of tackles this week.
And he gets in the coverage too, like a motherfucker.
Yeah. I know we've talked time and time again about Azeez Al-Shaair.
Come on, man.
20 points at least in each of the last 3 weeks, and he's only had one game with single-digit points. He's been killing it. What are you waiting for? He's 7% rostered.
I'm just saying, though, bro. Shout out to the gang. He's forever the gang. I don't give a fuck.
Let's see.
I love him.
Quan Alexander. I mean, little hit or miss, it seems like, out of the last like 2 or 3 weeks, but out of the entire season, only one game with single-digit points out of the 5. They got their bye week this week. He's probably going to be dropped. So you don't have to go pick him up this week, but I would just put him on your radar as one guy that you might potentially go pick up going into week 7.
He's that wily veteran, and listen, man, he's forever the gang too, bro. Shout out to the Hot Boys, bro, the 2019 Niners, bro. Oh, I love you, Quan.
All right, and Jerome Baker. Shout out to Jerome Baker, finally doing us a solid, getting over 20 points. I'm about to smoke a bowl out of my Jerome Baker bong right now, and it's not this Jerome Baker. For those who don't know, it's Jerome Baker Glass Designs. He had a sack and a half. Can he do that more? Can you do that more for us, Jerome? That's what
yes, I can do that. Yes, I can do that.
Coach, not only will I do it, not only will I do it for you. Yes, I'll do it for you.
I'll do that.
Oh man, Jerome Baker. Let's see more of that. Where you see him rushing the passer. We like that. Let's see who else we got. Oh, he was dropped after 2 bad weeks. Well, 2 whatever weeks. And now we can get in the zone.
The anal zone.
18% rostered, put up 19 points yesterday. 21 points if you play on Sleeper. He had a couple QB hits as well.
Right in the anal zone.
There you go. And we talked about Benito. For those who didn't see on the defensive line video, because you could play him in the defensive line spot. He's been killing it for 4 weeks in a row. Go pick him up.
Pick him up.
I gotta bust him out of a couple taxis for real, bro.
There we go. Gotta break the glass.
I keep forgetting I have him, bro.
Henry Tuatuo. Mr. H2O is what we call him. He's only 1% rostered. He's only clocked double-digit points for each of the last 4 weeks.
Because that was ever since they started getting him in there. Because week 1, we look at the snaps. Week 1, it was like boom, and then the rest he's out of here.
Yep, and let's go see with all the other guys back. What did he get? 97%.
I told you, I was like, we're not faltering.
Blake Cashman also got 96%. Denzel Perryman only 45%. Maybe he's not even all the way right.
We're not faltering. He's not taking that from. He's got to pry it from his cold, dead hands. And he's all water. He's H2O. You know what I'm saying? And my man Water, shout out to Water. He already got another nickname. That's how much I love him. You know what I mean? H2O, bro. We've been telling them to get him on the radar since they're in the off season, even, bro. Let's go. I like seeing my kids do it, bro.
Here goes Juwan Bentley. We got to see what's up with him. Shoulder injury, though.
I know. And, let's go.
Going up against Vegas. So that's a really good matchup for him. But got to pay attention that he's actually going to play this week and not miss any time. 8% rostered. And he's been doing solid. He's only had 1 game where he wasn't in double-digit points.
I'm trying to tell y'all, he's the only Juwan we don't call Juwana Man. He's Big Bentley. Let's go.
Let's see. Jack Gibbons. Here's someone else who's been doing pretty solid. 17 in each of the last 2 weeks. They got Baltimore this week, and then they got the bye. Only 1 game where he didn't have double-digit points.
It's
so you got to dive deep.
He took over Monty Rice. He beat out Monty Rice outright.
Yeah.
To start the year because he was supposed to be, Monty Rice supposed to be the guy alongside Azeez Al-Shaair. But yeah, them two inside linebackers is eating over there. You know what I mean?
Yep. And then we'll dive a little bit farther for the peeps. And David Long Jr., 17 points. He's put down double digits in each of the last 4 weeks. He's been killing it. They got Carolina this week. The Van Ginks, 60 points this week, 3 out of the 5 games. So those are the 3 games that Phillips did not play. He's killing it. So you got to pay attention, though, that Phillips isn't playing, because it's not that Van Ginks isn't good when he plays. He just gets cut down from like 70% to like 40%. They have a 4-man rotation when Phillips is playing. Phillips doesn't play. They have a 3-man rotation. So addition by subtraction is way more opportunities.
What?
Blake Cashman. Oh, man. Is he going to be playing close to 90% of the snaps? We need to hear more from Peacock on this on the H-Town Huddle, because I figured that Blake Cashman was going to take a step back to Denzel Perryman. Who knows if he re-aggravated? Blake Cashman is just a jag, but if he's out there
what is he, like 29?
I don't think he's that old.
He's not that old, because, man, I just remember hearing this name for a long, like many moons. I've been hearing Blake Cashman. You know?
Yeah, he was on the Jets for a while, and he's never really been a thing. It's only been little spurts here or there when guys get hurt in front of him.
Oh, so he was a solid guy.
Probably.
Yeah. What was he? 2000?
I can't remember what years he was there. He's been around for a little bit.
Was he there in 2019 before solid?
I can't even remember. Okay. But Peacock, so if you are listening, I want some info on the Blake Cashman, Denzel Perryman, and was Denzel Perryman?
We need the Alpha David on Blake Cashman's stat.
Yeah, was Denzel Perryman, was he on a snap count on purpose? You know, is that why Blake Cashman got the 90-something%?
Because no one can tell me that anyone's taking anything from my man Water. My man Henry, Atu, bro. Let's go, H2O.
And Divine Diablo, the other guy for the Raiders over there, 17 points this past week, going up against New England and Shy, just like Spillane is over the next couple weeks. He just gets a lot of tackles. He had 10 total this past week.
Got some splaining to do.
All right. Tyrell Dodson. Let's go see what snaps ended up playing.
Let's go.
Let's see. He ended up playing.
He got a stack. That's really what it is, I think.
63.
Oh, he was up there, bro.
Well, yeah, for sure. Milano missed like the whole game, damn near.
And then there's the other guy, still the rookie, Dorian.
Yeah,
Williams.
He only got 36% of snaps.
Yeah,
yeah, and Dodson did not get he did not get a sack.
Okay, my bad. Hey, look, check this out though. I got all the Tyler Dodsons ever.
Yeah, those are the guys to look for.
Deeper league. These are deeper league ads too in your dynasty IDPs, because those are the ones you should be in.
There we go. And Will Power said, pick up Spillane and drop Ellis. And it would suck dropping Ellis. Let's see, what did he do this past week? Yeah, only 10 points. It's been kind of blah over the last 2 weeks. Let's go see if anything's.
It's their interior, because it's not just Grady Jarrett anymore. In the interior, they added what's his name, bro? Help me out here. But anyways, like it's not just as easy to get through their first level anymore, bro.
They got the Commanders this week, so I want to pick up Spillane. I don't want to drop Caden Ellis though. I feel like Caden Ellis is a bounce back game for him versus the Commanders. Oh shit! Peacock said that Perryman's been playing with a broken hand. He was wearing a giant club. Okay, there you go. So yeah, on the limited, he's the third wheel. on that.
Well, how did we miss that? Well, on the Sundays, I'm on the Molly mushroom gummies like shit.
Yeah,
so I definitely missed that one.
Yeah. All right. Well, there we go. There you have it.
He was out there with a club, bro.
There you have it for the LBs, our favorite position for IDP, especially with IDP 1, 2, 3.
I'm glad we snuck in Tyler Dodson in there, because that was going to be my one.
Yeah. And for anybody watching this on replay, smash subscribe. Go check out the other positional videos as well for the DLs and the DBs. And we're about to get into the DBs right now. Here we go. What up? What up? Fantasy Football Hustler back at you.
What's happening? Rest in peace to the great Sean Taylor.
There you go. And we're breaking into the DBs right now. Another IDP video for your IDP freaks. Let's go. DBs. We're going to put some guys on your radar. Some of these guys you should pick up. Some of these guys you should just learn their names. How about Kayvon Wallace? Double-digit points every single game. Just in the teams. This is the one where he actually showed out with 7 solos. He's on the Arizona Cardinals. He's the Buda Baker replacement over there at safety. And he's been doing way better than Jalen Thompson has been doing. I'll tell you that much.
I mean, this kid, the kid, it's funny because I'm like, who the fuck is that? Like, you know what I mean? Every time, bro. And like, he's been so consistent that he is the number 1 DB to grab this week if he's available. And
he's 1% rostered. Nobody knows who the hell this is.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, or I should say, if you need a DB, because in my redraft ones, I'm usually streaming them motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And let's see who's another one. So I don't know if this is gonna. I don't think we should be chasing this, but the Greg Stroman, he did get the sack. He had like the INT, he had a little bit of everything. Greg Stroman for the Chicago Bears, but. If he comes down with another good week, I mean, they just don't have a lot of options over there, and people are throwing on them like crazy. So, be on the lookout. What up, Scotty boy? Said at the gym listening to my guys. You the man.
Yeah, man. He's pumping that iron, B.
Yeah. And Clokey on Twitch said, should I do Mixon and Ken Walker for Devonta Smith and Derrick Henry?
No.
Old Ken Walker's been killing.
Yeah, Ken Walker, and then Ken Walker's coming off a bye week. You have him the rest of the way. Why would I trade for a guy and I'm losing a week because he's gonna have, you know what I mean? Like, this is no.
All right, how about Darius Williams, also 1% rostered, back-to-back insane games, and he's only had 2 games where he did not get double-digit points. They got Indy this next week, and then Seattle, and then New Orleans, and then Pittsburgh over the next 3 weeks.
He was doing the same shit for years with the Rams, bro. That's dope. That's dope. He's back doing his thing.
Yeah, he's out there a lot. He's out there 97% of the time, so he's never leaving the field.
Nope.
He's a cornerback. I know we don't like playing cornerbacks all the time.
But he's not a shutdown, so they don't stay away from him. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, he's a ball hawk. So like he'll go out and like jump a route going for someone else type of shit. You know what I mean?
And everyone throws on the Jags a lot. And so that's what this is going to come down to. Go up against the Colts this week, and it's Minshew the Ginsu. So
in a revenge game. Oh, shit, let's go.
This is gonna be big.
Shit, let's fucking go.
All right, let's see who else. Get him on your radar. Roger McCreary. So outside of week 1, he's put down double-digit points in each of the last 4 weeks. 2 of those over 20 points. He's gotten a sack. Those ones where he went over 20, he had a sack in each of those games. He's just been handling biz out there. He's just one of those pieces for the Tennessee Titans that he's on the field a lot over there.
Roger that.
Rudy Ford, killing it. Back-to-back 20-point weeks. He's going on by this week, but only 1 game with single-digit points, and like he's just been killing it, man. Got that INT on Monday Night Football last night. Was he's killing it.
He had he had a sack, he had a forced fumble in the last one or something like that. Like he's doing his thing, bro.
Jordan Fuller. Now here's someone for the Rams. 22 points this past week. Only 3 out of 5 games in the double-digit points, but he still leaves a solid floor if you're like really, really diving deep to 0% guys. Pretty much, he's 2% rostered.
Him and Taylor Rapp were very good like that in Raheem Morris's scheme. Yeah. And there's no Taylor Rapp, and just Jordan Fuller still doing his thing.
Here we go. Trent McDuffie. We don't like cornerbacks too much, but now Snead is all of a sudden turned into some kind of a shutdown corner, but he did have a really good game this past week with 22 points. But Trent McDuffie.
The McDuff.
21 points this past week. Only 1 game where he's had single-digit points out of the 5. So you got to love that, and I don't think he leaves the field ever. Yeah, him and L'Jarius Sneed, they're just always on the field. Those are 100% snap count guys. Maybe he leaves the field for a water break, 1 or 2 plays. But Denver, and then the Chargers, and then Denver again, and then Miami. Like, if you're looking for a DB that's going to get thrown on a lot, I would say these are 4 games where a lot of opportunity for tackles.
Yeah.
Xavier McKinney. I guess it's real crazy to me that he's only like 1% rostered or whatever. Like, he gets a shitload of tackles, 21 points this past week, only 1 game with single-digit points. Get him on the radar. Get him on the radar.
Mm-hmm.
Cam Taylor-Britt. So he had that interception touchdown to the house this past week and had 20 points. But he still only had 1 game where he's in single-digit points, and that was 8. So I'm not saying go out and chase it, but he's a pretty solid floor guy for a DB.
He was doing his thing. Like, in reality, like, he passes the eye test for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Kyer Elam, man, he's going to be a really good pickup, especially at the cornerback position if you like play with leagues with cornerbacks, because now no Tre'Davious White, he's not going to get the respect like that. People are just going to throw at him a lot. He had 11 total tackles, 8 of them were solo this past week.
Yep, they're picking on him, and like that's the thing too is like, you know, teams they usually are playing from behind. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know how Justin Blackmon is only 9% rostered still, but double-digit points in each of the last 4 games. The lowest point total out of those last 4 weeks is 16. He's just been hella solid. That's really all. That's all I got to say about that. You need someone who's going to put up around 15 points a week. Go pick up Julian Blackmon. Let's see. Any other guys here? Oh, okay. So
could you call him Justin Blackmon? I was like, oh, there's another Blackmon in there.
I confused myself.
Yeah, I looked at the screen and shit.
Dane Jackson for the Bills. So let's go check the snaps. This might be the guy who's pretty much got the uptick because of Tre'Davious White going out. Yep, he went up to 100% snap. So Dane Jackson's going to be the other guy.
He's going to get picked on too, like a fuck, bro.
Actually, shit, it's crazy. They run like 3 cornerbacks. At least 80.
One's a nickel because they don't have their safeties playing nickel and they don't have their linebackers playing nickel either.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. But they're running. I mean, they're running the nickels out there a lot. I'm not even sure.
For sure.
I'm not even sure who's considered the nickel out of. Well, it's not Kyer Elam. Maybe it's Teron Johnson. I don't know if it's Dane Jackson, but Dane was the only one who was 100% snap count in this game out of all the corners there. The other guys were 90 and 83.
It might be him then, because he can be rotated in and out.
A lot of tackles. Giants and Patriots next couple games. Let's see. Any other guys? Who the hell is this Bryce Hall? Not sure who Bryce Hall is on the Jets, but 17 points.
Yeah, it's funny because they not only have a Michael Carter running back, they have a Michael Carter cornerback, and then they have Breece Hall running back, and then his cousin, Bryce Hall.
Yeah, maybe they drafted one or the other first. Like, oh, shit. We weren't supposed to get Bryce. We were supposed to get Breece.
Maybe he'll fall to us. Maybe no one will notice.
And
it took me off.
And let me go see. Let's see where Witherspoon is, because I know he Devon.
Yeah,
Witherspoon,
he's the big hype.
15% rostered. And you're not going to go find Devon Witherspoon looking at top of the list or anything.
I mean, he did what he did on national television.
Yeah,
15%
roster. Go grab him if he's still available.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, because most people they're going to chase that for sure.
Damn, Tina said, damn, a guy in the East Side League, first 4 picks of the draft are on IR. It happens.
Who is that? Is that fucking Hinnock?
JJ Keats said, I'm 1-4. Would you trade Jefferson for Diggs, Walker, or Keenan?
Wait a second. Is Achane getting put on IR?
I don't know. He said Jefferson.
No, I know that, but then
he said Diggs, Walker, Keenan, Jacobs is what he said. Oh, you talking about for? Nah, I don't know. I don't know where you came with A-Chain on that.
No, I'm talking about my man Hinnock's team. My bad. I was talking to Pino. I was going to have him put it in the chat.
I potentially would trade Jefferson, but I want at least 3 players. I got to make someone still pay up for it because when it comes to the playoff push, it is going to be, Jefferson's going to be valuable, of course.
What's your record right now? How about that?
It says
1 and what?
1 and 4. They said.
Okay, so like I'm gonna see, if I'm gonna move Jefferson, I need this to immediately make me feel good about my matchup this week and next week and the following week. Like I need you to beef my team up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's hard to find. You got to find the right mix. Maybe you find a super panicker that's willing to just give it all up for some fucking Jefferson, or you can find a competitor, and that might hurt in the long run. But like maybe it could hurt him if he's willing to come off big pieces. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You need that. Like you know what I mean? Like okay, if someone's approaching you for a Jefferson, right, and say you're looking at my lineup, and I got Devontae Adams, Damian Pierce, guys like that, right? You know what I'm saying? Like these mid-range guys, quote unquote, but that have some high upside, like Adams, right? And would you take like an Adams plus Montgomery and a Pierce? Like say it was like a 3-for-1. Would you do something like that?
Yeah, I would. The team's got to be 1 and 4, 0 and 5, or something like that.
Yeah, because like you know what I'm saying, like you got to address what the problems are on your team. Or your running back's hurt, and now you're obviously going to be hurt at receiver because there goes your number 1 pick, right? So you got to start thinking that way. Like I need to fix what I need to fix with this trade right here, because you don't have a chance to get a big haul. You don't have another player on your roster like that. You know what I mean? You have to cash out on this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was probably
if my team's got any kind of positive record, like the better my team is, the more I want for Jefferson.
Like I might even look at a team, like if I see a team and he has like Waddle and like Montgomery or just a running back in that range, right? I'm gonna say Montgomery, like a Waddle, Montgomery, and then like maybe like oh shit, he has Deontay Johnson in there too. Like you know what I mean? Then I'll get like another piece and have him throw in Deontay too. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to do the most. I got Jefferson. What the fuck? Give me the world. And I say, hey, he's on IR. That's 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So this person's got to be like a 3-2 or a 4-1. I think they'll talk to you. You know what I mean? A 5-0. He'd be like, all right, yeah, I'll do that. It might not even just be just Jefferson. Maybe throw him a couple other pieces. Fuck it. You just got to get a better team out of Jefferson.
Yeah, you have to get Jefferson to build your whole team pretty much.
For real though.
Yeah. And if you were trading Jefferson at the beginning of the season, like if you're just trading like, oh, I'll trade this 1 pick for Jefferson, you'd want at least 3 or 4 picks in return.
Yeah. And some players. Like I'm doing that. Man, because you know what, too? Don't tell nobody. It's like I would do this because what if like they don't win at all for the next 4 to 6 weeks, or maybe not win at all, but I mean it's all bad for them. They're getting close to mathematical elimination type of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The one thing
bring them back.
The one thing that hurts for that is the NFC's kind of whack, like towards the
bottom.
So they could,
and like maybe it'll help if I actually looked at Minnesota's schedule to like kind of project it out. But just saying, you know what I mean? If you're 1-4, 0-5, I'm thinking about doing this. Flip it, give me a whole new team. Let's go.
Yeah, Willpower just said Schefter just reported that they might not bring back Jefferson if he's not healthy by November.
And I don't talk to Schefter, and I'm not gonna say great minds think alike because I'm better than you, Sheffy. You just know all the people.
All right, for everyone who found the IDP videos on replay, smash subscribe. Go check out the linebacker video. Go check out the DL video and all the offensive positional waiver wire videos as well. We got one more positional video for you guys, and for all you crazy,
come on,
all you crazy assholes who play in leagues with kickers, we got you. And there's one kicker that you should pick up. So I hope he's available in your league. If not, you're screwed with nobody to pick up. All right, here we go into the kicker section.
Come on, man, this is funny.
What up? What up? Fantasy Football Hustler back at you.
I'm just kicking it.
This is for all you crazy assholes that play in leagues with kickers. And we still don't know why you do it. I'm still going to tell you not to do it. But hopefully you found this video because you're looking for some kicker advice on who to pick up. I got one kicker that you should pick up, and that's it because he's 21% rostered. And he plays on Monday night. Dicker the kicker.
End the video.
And that's it. And that's all I got to say about that. What you should do, though, tell them, Bogey, what they should do if they plan.
Stop playing in leagues with kickers. It's luck.
Not that. The other part. What should they do if they plan to league with the kicker?
Oh, yeah. If you plan to leave with a kicker, definitely, like right now, if you're watching this video, it's obviously because it's waivers. You drop the kicker that you have for real and go put other claims on all these other stuffs we told you about in all these other waiver videos before you got to this one, you crazy asshole. That way you can have a chance at grabbing some other things, especially in Yahoo leagues. If you have players that you can't even put in the IR yet because they're questionable or shit that you have to players that you have to take out of the IR, even all kind of stuff that you have to deal with in these Yahoo leagues. Most of you guys that play in Yahoo leagues have kickers. Rethink your fantasy life.
Brandon McManus, Jason Myers. There's a couple other ones under 25% rostered. Get out of the leagues with the kickers. But yeah, that's what you should do. Just get Dicker the kicker, and that's it. And for everyone who made it to the end of this video and you've been watching the 3-hour plus video, we appreciate you guys for rocking with us every Tuesday morning. And we go live every weekday morning, 7 o'clock West Coast time, except for Sundays. Sometimes we go live earlier with these early games. We'll be live earlier than that. And what else we got? No FNT on Tuesday, but we will be back with the what's it called? The Dynasty Life Stevie. He will be back. And what Andrew say? He said IDP is a lot of luck, ain't it? No way.
No, fuck no.
He said, I love when people are active with kickers, though. It actually makes playing the matchups and not just set it and forget it. Kickers fucking suck, okay? And
you just said IDPs are luck? What in the fuck? Don't even entertain that. Don't even entertain his justification and comparing it to kickers. That's the most luckiest shit. You better be a fucking aeronautics, fucking weather meteorologist, all the shit rolled into one to be like, this kicker has the trajectory of a 90 degrees and a motherfucking goddamn now your meteorologist just there's gonna be a 15% gusts of wind, a chance of gusts of wind at 25 miles an hour. That's the only that you got to do all that for a kickers. Fuck that. Don't even have a kicker. That's stupid.
And Tina said, how much luck do you think is involved in fantasy football? There's definitely some kind of a percentage, but what's crazy?
The luck is not involved in fantasy. The luck is involved in the human error. When a guy is supposed to catch this wide open pass for a touchdown, and we told him, hey, start this guy. He gets red zone targets every week. He gets blah, 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 and I have all the stats and advanced analytics, and then he's in there and he drops 2 red zone gimmies. You know what I mean? How do you explain that? That's bad luck. So, yes, I would say a lot of it is luck. And just like positive and negative regression is just regression to the means, you say luck in a vacuum. Yes, luck exists because there's good luck and bad luck.
Yeah, and it's really like it's variables more than luck because, there's a lot of variables in who you play from week to week and who they start from week to week and all their spots because literally one start sit different from any one of your opponents can put like a fork in the road on like going from 2-2 to 3-2 or 2-3, and that just like changes everything.
Like look at this.
Roads.
If there was ever any quarrels to start to think about not starting Henry Tuatu, rookie linebacker from the Texans, for those of you who don't know, right? Because Denzel Perriman's coming back. I'm like, fuck that. This motherfucker's about the ball, right? Because no matter what, Atlanta's about to run all over them, or at least try to, you know what I'm saying? And he's going to get in the way of that. Tackles, because that's points for fantasy. So is that luck? No, that was very calculated. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? A kicker. Like, this is how calculated.
We'll just put one in here right now. He said nothing worse than having your kicker not get points because they decided to go for 2 points. Said
That's
kickers.
stop playing in leagues with kickers. I mean, listen, the list goes on. You know what I mean? Like, why have something that can depend on good luck?
Because he said no fucking way that IDP is luck. Of course not. Anything could be considered lucky, but when you're putting in as much work as we do, and we're looking at the trends, and we're just diving deep on all this
and watching the games,
yeah,
like, so they translate to what you saw, and then it translates to what you're seeing on the paper. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, it's crazy.
Banks said he thinks he burned his bridges with Andre the Giant in the number 10 with JJ.
Oh, he sold him JJ.
Did he sell him JJ?
Was that what it was?
No, I think he might be trying to get him or something.
Oh, yeah.
Something of that nature. All right. Well, there we go. There, 3 hours and 15 minutes, killing it. All the positional waiver wire videos. Make sure we need everyone in the 420 crew to go like the uploads. Go leave a comment on those uploads. That's how more people outside of the 420 crew are going to find it. Like, literally, if you go back on the channel in like an hour, there'll be multiple uploaded videos there. And that's what helps other people find these videos, because people are out there searching now on YouTube, and like you guys leaving comments and stuff, it's definitely going to help. So make sure you go do that and go hit the automatic download button on the Fantasy Football Hustler podcast, the audio version. Go do it. Now, let's see. 2 more questions here. ZU said, did that Waddle and Swift trade for JJ? And he said, and now my heart hurts.
I mean, it felt good getting him for that. Listen, just hold on to your seat for 4 weeks.
Yeah, and like this is one of those reasons why you should never like force yourself to like hit accept on a trade on Sunday, like midday or Saturday.
Oh
midday,
yeah, that's
whatever.
the worst. That happened to me before.
Like if you can't get them like that week or whatever, like should always just wait.
You should try, especially if you're playing like double digit leagues and up like us. You know what I'm saying? Like, you always got to make sure you do a sweep and don't leave no trade offers up.
Yeah,
because there could be a grimy on the other side. The player like a Jefferson goes down, he's like, oh, accept. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're just like,
And Z said, thanks, you guys are the best. Been watching your waiver videos. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Waivers. We'll be back later. At least Dynasty.
And Z, make sure, you know what I'm saying, leave a comment on the uploaded ones, man. It really helps. You know what I'm saying? So, and for everybody too. You know what I mean? Us be chopping them things up, uploading them is a lot of work. You know what I mean? Help drive the algorithms in this thing.
Appreciate you guys. And Banks said, would you guys rather drop Dodson, Christian Watson, or Boyd? Probably Boyd. Yeah. All right.
But I don't want to do that either. They drop the kicker.
Right. Tina said, you guys got to try to build a relationship with the league and trade and let them know you're giving out fair trades. You can rob someone once, but he never trade with you again. Yeah, for sure. And it could be, I mean, even like the offers.
Well, you mean more like people, you mean like more, because a lot of times the robberies happen when people come through with this unbelievable offer. You're like, oh my God, I got to do this. And then they rob themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
Yeah. All right. We're going to get up out of here. Bogey, remind them about everything going down.
Just fuck with check out all the music. You know what I'm saying? Search Bogard Scott for you on Spotify. We got a grip of new joints. We're dropping every week. Check me out. Let's go.
All right. And we are out of here. Make sure you come back for Dynasty Life. Stevie, update about Travis Kelce.
Today's a big practice day.
Yep, just that he's scheduled to practice today for the Chiefs. Okay.
Because today is the practice that we need to get him out there for. Because tomorrow would be like the walkthrough semi-practice.
Yep.
Because it's a Thursday game. So I like that. Let's go. Man, tape him up.
We might get T. Higgins back this week, Bakes. I don't know, but we gotta monitor practice. Jackson last week, and they did. I mean, we said it was probably going to be like a 3 or 4 week thing, or like 3 to 6.
You know what? I would feel comfortable. They say, "Oh, he's getting out there in a flak jacket," because like I've seen people with like cartilage and all kind of rib cartilage shit, and you know what I'm saying, and even like fractured ribs and wearing fucking flak jackets. But you know what I'm saying, like. Because he was limited last week. That kind of gives me hope. They might have him out there in a flak. And is it a flak jacket?
I don't know. I thought flat. I was always thinking flap because it's got the little flaps underneath. That's what I was.
Yeah. Okay, I had it right the first time. Flat
All right, we're getting up out of here. Come back for Dynasty Life with Stevie B, 7 o'clock West Coast time. Make sure you go like all the uploads and make sure you hit the comments on all the uploads.
Shout out to Stevie B and the Hammer.
All right, Bogey, send us on home.
We're on to week 6, baby. Let's go.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans.